But that's kind of what you're hoping to lean on here, is that this team able to bring the firepower, and then again, most of all, get Lucauzi into tip-top shape for this team.
Yeah, that is the question. It hasn't been consistent. We've seen the flashes, we've seen the moments of why they tried to get this guy, but overall, results have been kind of poor, frankly. If you're talking about a consistency basis, we're going to start on Anubis. Thought it was interesting. Both teams floated train through the veto through the second run, but they don't want to play it, so bummer. Let's see. All right, the odds are still favoring MIBR. I get it. I don't know if I agree with it. I'm just very scared for this team.
Yeah, I mean, this map in particular has been a map that they've really only been able to succeed recently in the domestic scene there. So, I mean, that's also a bit of a fear factor. This has been a huge pain point for MIBR internationally, so we'll see what they can bring to the table here on Anubis. Already getting a good execute down, though, towards this A site, and Axis gained essentially free of charge, but I think they're looking to scale past this smoke, and Risky Bob threads in a quick kill while he's at it. They're keeping good sight lines here, and they even have this fast flank ready.
What? They had the site. They're leaving. They didn't trust it, and now, okay, bomb's right in the grasp of zweih. All right. Gonna be able to shoot their way out. Exit gets that. Now Lucauzi's left to just play deathmatch on the site. Coming out so well so far. Looking for the third here. Lucauzi dancing behind the cake. Trying to find the stall out. That will certainly allow the bomb plant one way or another, but Zanter's gonna run that down. Make sure he can't get away from it. Exit sticks that bomb down. It's open. There's chances. Your first read might be that he's playing cave off of this bomb plant. A little bit wider than the typical B main spot, but ultimately this one's going to come down to a duel. It's pistols at high noon. Xanter bringing the pistols the right direction, but he's so tucked. Oh, no! He had the right idea, but just not quite enough patience. What a resolve from Xanter, not flinching.
That's so smart, man. That's such a difficult read right there as well. Deep in B main. It didn't look like he was going to budge initially on that first tap. I thought he was just going to sit there and tuck, but that little timing right there, that internal clock starts to tick there for Exit. He has to make a move eventually, and perfectly read into. That's incredible from Xanter. Very happy with that to start things off for Nemiga. It's a tough 1v2 clutch there where he has to go all throughout the map. A little worldwide action.
A little worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide, that's what they call him.
This would be, I'd say, a hallmark of Exit's calling, and just Exit's style. Is like, it's not over till it's over, in terms of seconds on the clock. Gonna try and play everything to the last second, buy as much time as possible.
A little bit scary for Lear right there. He does have some support, though. He's not completely alone, but he is overrun there. And then Sonny takes control towards middle.
This is, I think, my favorite spot that Insani plays on any map.
Yes.
Insani was one of the, as Anubis was making his way around the pool, one of the defining mid players. Only does get the one out of here. Nice response from zweih, but at this point, there's just Khan. There's just Khan. And while he may be wrathful, I don't think anyone's going to be on their knees shouting his name in this round.
I don't think so either. But yeah, I do agree with you. And Sonny in middle on Anubis is got to be one of my favorite positions to watch him on. He can just take control here. And that's why it's kind of surprising that, you know, MIBR have had a little bit of struggles on this map.
Right? That feels like the first, you know, if you're looking through your checklist of like, should you be a good Anubis team? It's like, do you have a strong mid player? Yes. Do you have a strong cave player? Yes. All right, you can figure everything else out.
You got your default set up right there. You got your map control. You got the way to pressure out that, you know, both sides of the half as well, right? So,
do you want to take this moment on this save? I don't know if Khan's going to get away with it, but if you have suggestions for us to name these reindeer behind us, go to EPL Mailbag at efg.gg. That's EPL Mailbag at efg.gg. Make sure you put in the subject line, hey, B-Stream, or B-Stream, Best Stream, or Cole looking fly today. Something that lets us know you want to send it to us and not those bums over in Stockholm.
I like that last one. So if you want to clarify, you know, maybe take that last suggestion.
We're looking for names for reindeer. They can be Counter-Strike themed. They can be whatever you really dream up. So give us some names for reindeer, and we'll get back to you. I'm thinking maybe when we do interviews, we should have players name a reindeer.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Just do the like red circle around one. You get to name this reindeer. But it's first come, first serve, so you got to win early.
It's important.
So you can get a prime position reindeer.
Position reindeer.
You don't want,
Come on down to
you don't want
Paul's
this
Reindeer
background,
Emporium. Get yourself a prime position reindeer. We got the upholstery. It's all natural. It's just their fur.
You don't want those backup reindeer.
Yeah, I have a reindeer skin somewhere.
You do?
My parents' place, yeah. I was actually, it was a birth gift.
Wow.
I was born in Finland. I got a reindeer skin as a birth gift.
That's pretty sweet.
That's an old reindeer at this point.
They keep it nice and preserved there.
Yeah, at one point we tried to actually put it down, and my family dog at the time decided that it was actually his bed, so we had to stop that.
It's got to be comfortable.
Oh my god, it was so comfy. I may have taken some naps on it with him. Here they go, exiting in towards the site. Space taken. Woohoo! Little dink there. Come on, safe. I'd say his name should be Dangerous. But body's gone from the site. It's clear. It's clean. Good damage. Making it a little painful here, but you'd like to keep that rifle going forward, wouldn't you, Cole?
Yeah, absolutely. Going to hold on to his weaponry again. Been holding on to that sweet, sweet KD while you're at it. And just moving on up for MIBR. So enter into the bomb site. It's exit that leads to charge as well, which, again, you know, in my vision of how this team kind of works here, you're going to have Lukowski getting really aggressive on some of these entries, and again, you know, Insani's going to be working his mid control like he does. And that's going to be kind of the winning formula here, because, again, Drop was pretty active. You know, even before he was IGLing, he was, you know, on some maps, a big win condition for this MIBR squad alongside Insani. So, yeah, some decent positions. Not the easiest to work through, but you could see how effective Drop was in some of these rounds. And I feel like that has to be the direction that they're heading in with these changes, as surprising as they are to see here after, like you said, just the international results just weren't there for MIBR. And they don't fall into complacency in that sense, which is nice to see.
Yeah. I mean, the start of the year was a stinker. There's just no other way to put it. What I'm curious to see where Drop's next step is, because the thing is, Drop, despite being a very young player, right, was really not on anyone's radar before that Furious stint, then blooming a lot, I think, in his MIBR roster, taking up the mantle of leadership. He wasn't just the IGL, he was also the emotional leader in a lot of ways. When they were having bad games, when they were having tough series, he's the guy leading the huddle so many times that you'd see between the maps, which is just a lot of responsibility for a young guy. Nice trade.
Art might need some teammates on Fluxo soon.
I feel like that team has gone through a lot of different looks. Okay, hold on. Khan? They know where you are.
They know where he was. He's now on A.
True.
He's
B, rather.
He's made, yeah, that's right. B made a quick rotation in, but he's left last man alive here again. And I don't know how much of an effort. He's going to give it a fight this time, but quickly traded out this go around. Not going to make the save effort. MIBR up to a nice start here.
I feel like getting these exit kills are like pruning. It's like pruning a tree that's already fallen over. The money's gone. They're looking good. Yes, getting one extra kill will help, but it's not. You're not tilting the scale too much here.
Yeah, I thought he was going to maybe be able to get an AWP out with all those saves as well, but he doesn't have that.
No.
That luxury either.
Go for the util instead. Don't even know if anyone could have afforded it. Got head armor. Ooh. Lear. It's cold. He wants a hat.
It's warm over there in Canals, but there's Insani again, man, doing what he does best. Lear sidelined again. He's going to be challenged here consistently by this player. And Insani not happy with just one. He wants more. He'll take more control here. Khan following up there. And his teammates' footsteps and a quick 3v5. And on this next gun round that they have this opportunity, they just take the same initiative.
I am a big fan of this strategy, which is throw Insani at mid and let him kill people. And, you know, this is the MIBR I know and love. Mostly the Insani that I know and love is just watching him demolish positions on the T side. This is good. He's been having a really rough run of form. And again, that was a conversation we were having in the pre-match. There was a lot of talk about whether he and Lukowski could sort of coexist comfortably. So, good to see him just off to the races. Bulldozing players as he should be. Bomb's going to get planted. The question is, do you want to make a risky bomb maneuver and actually try this retake with your money being so very in the toilet? The answer seems to be yes, but I don't know if zweih got the message because he is very slow into this mid clear.
And they're very quick on the aggro right now. They're already getting the fight from Lukowski.
They've got a kit, but if it goes down main, then, okay, Xanter's now brought it back to the fountain at least. There's the drop of the kit. Ooh, zweih comes in. Has to be safe in the clutch. They haven't picked up the kit. It's a 10-second defuse. Oh, but that's not going to be a problem. Not going to be a problem at all, Cole.
Yeah, I mean, that's the insanity that we love. That is some of the, mid-round decision-making from MIBR that we kind of know, though. And it's just kind of all over the map right there. They get caught in a couple of isolated bits of aggression. And with all this mid-space, feels like a pretty straightforward answer. But what I like from Nemiga is that they take space back in the 3v5. Xanter can't believe his luck right there. Bruno caught a little bit off guard. A little lackadaisical there. Didn't
love
prepare for the A side. What's that?
You love a knife out player.
Yeah, that's a freebie.
Makes life easier. He was trying to jump to cross the cave players and not get caught, so that's why he was going for a little extra speed on the airstrafes. Understandable there, but the A-main push, a classic maneuver. Okay, we lost mid. Well, push everything. Gonna be a B-take here. Making no secret of their presence in the cave.
Where is that smoke going? Is that the entrance of...
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a cheeky way to throw that.
Pretty fancy.
I like it. Now, they're already past it, so it's not very effective, but it does look cool. It's kind of like putting the cork on an empty bottle.
Yeah. Or throwing a ship inside of it.
I think you got to be a little more precise than throwing the ship in. They're trying to be precise in entering this site, and big duels here. Some spam damage, lots of bullets through lots of smokes, and eventually Risky Bob gonna collect. Oh boy. Brano! Ooh, nearly puts it all together there in that moment. He's got the bomb. Doesn't want to risk too much, but Risky Bob, no stranger to the risk factor. Lukowski, you got to make a move, but he'll let Safe do so instead. Look at the heat map of this round is insane. Just everybody has died outside or inside of cave.
See if we can keep that trend up there as Xanter transitions in, but that does reveal his position, and that's just going to queue up a long route here from Safe to heading towards this A side. Did you saw Lukowski lurking about? He's loud about it as well. He's selling this distraction, but it's going to set up a 1v1 here, and Xanter's been good in those 1v1s.
I don't... We'll get into it after the round. I don't love that decision. Spent the whole... All right, we'll get into that. I'm gonna table that discussion for after this 1v1. Xanter approaching back from camera. Safe with good control here in A main. The positioning is good. If there was smoke, Safe would be in real trouble, but there's not, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, you do have to hit your shots, though. You do really have to hit your shots.
Oh my god.
Or at least check the bomb. It'll be good. It's a win for MIBR. So let's talk about that decision. Lukowski has been stuck in B main. Am I gonna use the B word? Not quite baiting his teammates. Stuck by smokes, isolated out from the cave fight, right? He's swinging with another. He's spending the whole round sitting there. They knew he was there, but he's been quiet for like 30 seconds. And then instead of just slipping away to play the 2v1 with his teammate, he throws a loud fake with no awareness of where Xanter was. I don't know, man. I don't love that. I don't love that decision.
I wouldn't call it setting yourself up for success, that's for sure.
Maybe he just had so much faith in his teammate, and it worked out, to be fair. MIBR, it does work out, and everyone knows that a good result justifies a bad decision. That's, I think, Steel's favorite phrase. Josh Nissan's favorite phrase.
If you get the kill, it's a good play.
You should just remember, you should remind Josh of that.
Otherwise known as I got mine.
I got mine. What did you get? A classic.
And it
really
actually
creates
a good team environment.
Lukowski said that one too many times, and Drop said, you know what, screw it, I'm benching myself.
Is it enough is enough?
It's like, Lukowski, why are you making this play? Actually, I got mine dropped, so shut up.
Prop said just about enough of that. Lukowski's getting his right now in this game. This is much more like it. Insani just the same. Like they're able to well coordinate through this one. A lot of utility towards middle early on, and that's Insani taking charge up middle into camera. Safe on flank coverage watch here. That's a lot of targets on his screen. Gets out safely. Calls in for the rifler to come through. Insani sees some sweet ecos circling around in the water and wants to feast him up.
Who doesn't love an eek? They're out of there. It's not really anything worth saving. I mean, I guess there's a flash.
What, you just want to throw aside $200?
You know what? You know what? That's good economics right there. Penny pinching. Got to be couponing in your Counter-Strike.
Yes. And those dual Berettas. Can't forget those. That's 300.
Money made. And if he winds up having to use the dualies in next round, it's probably already gone to pot. We'll find out.
You know what I'm glad we left in like early CS2 is dual Berettas being brought out in rounds. Like round 2. People aren't doing that anymore. But it was very prevalent in early CS2.
Look, you see Zaibu hit 1-6 dually clip, and you're like, I gotta buy the dualies.
Yeah. Which is okay for the pistols, but whenever they have head armor, it's like, that's when we gotta retire those guns.
Gotta let him go. And they say he has no cultural impact. Ah! Miss shot. Uh-oh. Okay, redeemed. Risky Bob says, you know what, actually,
Ooh.
we're all good. And, well, this one's still very much in doubt. The health, not great. But exit is cooking. And this is the classic exit. We basically took a site. We're going to give that site. We're going to hit the other site.
That's textbook.
Textbook. To be fair, with a double cave play here as well, oh, they could be in a lot of trouble. The pinch is going to come on exit.
Oh, and they hear this footstep. That's a lot of information. So Lear's really set up for success.
That's crazy from Lukowski. You have time. Oh, boy. So confident that this canals push isn't coming in, and he's going to knife out die. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Well?
Are they not looking his way? How has that gone unpunished? How has he slipped by them? Look, they know exactly where he is now.
Wait a second.
So they might get both.
Did this.
But now he's watching. Oh, my goodness. How? The mind, it boggles. And Khan's going to be peeking back into this. So the health. Oh, the molly's perfect. Lukowski now has too many players to find. Has to back away. Yeah, he's dropped. And there's not really time to get back into this for safe. There's a case to be made to just save this AWP. It's a pretty strong case, let's say. The case is you're not going to get back in. What are you doing? Get out of there.
No harm in scoping up.
I can't believe Lukowski almost got away with that.
Yeah, that's
I can't believe he almost got away with that.
That timing was wild right there. And the fact that he just turns around as well.
He's full sprinting, like not looking, not checking anything. If just one of the two players was looking towards carpets there, he is the deadest of dead men. And that's the bomb dropped in an irredeemable situation. I mean, they still lose the round, but that is an astonishing mulligan, I guess.
Yeah, a little luxury right there. Can't believe it. They felt like they had the round in the bag. They do close it out in the end, but had to do it a little bit on the hard mode. So there we go. Khan able to shut down Insani. That's some great setup here. Stick a little bit of a cannon towards Insani's direction. Make his life a little bit more difficult in these mid openings. Risky Bob here has been great on this B side. When you need someone to lock down this side, he has been up to the task. Double up in towards the E-box side of things, and exit falls, but Safe does deliver a quick trade. That's crucial. Back's turned as well, a little bit overexposed there. The HE dunks him down as well. Lukowski finds his impact through B main, and now Lear in the back lines of sight slides through the smoke and offers up a little bit of extra security. That smoke just not quite on the money, and Lear makes sure to punish that.
Molly leaves space. There's room. There's comfort. Ooh, there's Lukowski. All right, Lukowski. Shooting hard. I'll tell you that much. 50 seconds, still plenty of time to rotate off of this as well. Mr. BRN is to link up with him. And as they peek back in, Lukowski collects 3 scalps so far in this round. False Justice enter. And, well, they're going to go the long way around. The longest way around.
And this time, Lukowski's with his teammate here ready to go towards A. He'll be the bait in this situation. But Xanter's not going to really catch any visual. He's still believing it's going to be a B-side play, hoping that maybe Lukowski walks out there, gives him a little freebie again. That's not going to be the case.
No.
He's going to have to make the long transition in towards his A side, and don't know how interested he will be. So numbers get punched in, and an op can be recovered around here. Yeah, it's just going to be a little safe formation for him. And oh, okay, I see.
You don't need both.
I was about to say, I was like, wait a second. Wait a second.
Cheekiest save. He's actually airdropping that. It'll fall out of the sky in the next round for one of his teammates.
Double up setup right there. That's free.
Secret technique. Only the best pros know it.
Know that one. Into a, like, oh, there it is. I was going to say there's just a little portal underneath there that no one ever looks towards.
Well, you know, we are in Anubis. There's some, like, ancient Egyptian magic going on here. You throw the right hieroglyphics on the ob butt with your sticker combos, and it'll just...
Did you see the portal in the water right there?
I saw it.
It's just under the sand.
It's there. Just got to let it sift through the sand, a little quicksand action, and then you got it. Ooh. Ooh, timeout music? Is that what we're hitting?
Like timeout music.
Gotta review the timeout music. How are we feeling about this timeout music?
I'm letting it seep a little bit. You know, I think it's the perfect timeout music here. It's got some good build-up.
This timeout music feels like pause music in like an old James Bond game.
Yeah?
Yeah. Or like a Splinter Cell game?
Yeah, yeah. Stealth mission?
Yeah. Which, like, makes sense.
Yes.
Fits the theme, fits the vibe. So what are we giving that out of 10?
I mean, I couldn't ask for much more, but not gonna, jump the...
Did it stir your soul?
It didn't quite stir my soul. That's why I'm giving it
your soul.
a 7.
7. 7 out of 10?
Yeah.
7 out of 10 for pause music is great.
I don't know if there really is a 10 out of 10 pause music.
Well, like, 10 out of 10 would be too much for pause music, because you don't want it to just totally distract you. That would be like you're just instantly enraptured by the music. Get that there's a Counter-Strike game going on. Flashbang in. They're not going to forget about this Counter-Strike game. Swings for the pistols. Decently effective. Everybody's here. It's a brawl. Unfortunately, they just didn't quite bring the right caliber ammunition to this particular engagement. So they'll make it messy, but this was always going to be an op saved.
That's a nice round right there. I like that they stacked the 4 pistols up. If you can get a lot of damage done and maybe set Con up for a chance at a clutch, yeah, that could be a good piece of the puzzle there for you. But missing out on that, Con going to have to hold on to his AWP here once again and like to set sights on a future round here. This MIBR T side, though, continuing to count things up. 7 rounds. Looking like they are getting Lukowski back into some good positions.
Yeah, no kidding. Putting up some big rounds. No kidding, only reindeer.
Oh. Hey.
Hey.
Lapping it up right there. You got the manager behind him.
A coach. A manager. Beto, I believe is his name. I think. He's the mayor of El Paso.
Did you say Beto?
Beto.
I think there was a G to start that one off.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I might be reading wrong. My eyes.
Beto? Gito?
Betray me.
Maybe I'm being betrayed then. Maybe I saw it wrong. I don't know.
We've got their list somewhere. Hold on, I'll check. I'll see if I can find the list.
But it does bring new meaning to a manager and a coach right there.
Oh, coach. Oh man, yeah. What contribution do you think he's hitting in the timeouts? That's a question we've got for them.
You know, sometimes all you need is a little bit of moral support.
Yeah, vibes.
Some say you just got to win more rounds.
When's the coaching career start here, Cole?
Looking for teams.
If you want the Cole Exner McHenry.
Advanced plus, of course. So.
Yeah, okay. All right, Insani down. Impact in towards mid has been down quite a bit down the stretch of this half. 8 and 8. Not so great.
Yeah, they've been sending a lot of resistance here. They've actually been backing up Lear quite nicely. He's been the one that's kind of struggled with Insani in the head-to-head. And so then they send Collins AWP, and then this round they send Xanter forward. So they just kind of bolstered up that position with a little bit of extra firepower, and I like that decision midway through the half for Nemiga. If you're struggling early on, and you know, Lear in charge of how they set up these CT sides largely, I think it's a great decision. You know, if you're having a tough time, send someone else there and see if they can punish Insani. Xanter's had a lot more success, and same is true for this op presence from Khan. What's the idea here? They're exiting out towards this B side. Lukowski finds a kill on B, but they're entering into A right now as well with the rest of the squad. They're all over the map here, but it does put a lot of pressure on this duo to buy time, and it's a very difficult task now, getting chased from all directions. Lukowski's going to be so late on the scene.
Oh boy, do they have kits? They don't. Dude. They don't stick it. They don't stick it. They didn't just get on the bomb. Otherwise, this could have been, well, okay, it's all good. Anyways, could have been settled business. Got a little bit more interesting. Became some risky business. Sliding around the floor in their socks. But it's all good. And they're putting together enough rounds, right, Nemiga? They're putting together enough rounds for us to really get a sense of them, to give themselves a prime chance in the second half. It is interesting that your strategy for getting in towards A is for Lukowski to get a kill on B. But it does work.
Yeah, you almost wish that that A play didn't go as quick as it did, because Lukowski finds success on the B side of the map. And that could have sold a good fake if it wasn't for the fact that 3 were already out A main. And they didn't budge. Yeah, but this is a crazy play. Lear just sending it forward, and Safe not prepared for that. Xanter with some great flash utility. And now they're going to aggress through A main as well, so they're getting crunched in on Canals. Bruno able up to stand to the task and offers up 2 kills in return. So a little stability found here. Xanter looking to keep this B side safe, and stuck now between a rock and a hard place. Exit's got to fight his way out of this position, but it distracts this B side play. They're not ready to make a move, though, through the smoke.
The hell's the problem? The hell's the problem, zweih? Yeah, can't take a protracted engagement. It falls to Xanter once again in the clutch. It feels like this has been his perpetual plays, and they know where he's coming from, so they smoke it. What are you going to do? You're not going to do much. Lukowski has barely moved out of B main. Just seems to eternally return back to this position. It's his focal point, but back into Glyph, not clearing deep. Yeah, it's going to be the easiest of kills for Insani to send us to the halftime break.
He wants to win right here, right now. It's crazy.
Nice indeed. It was a nice half when all was said and done. I mean, there's bright moments for both teams, I think. In particular, you're looking at Lucauzi and B main was just a nuisance. But Nemiga did enough, man. Nemiga did enough. They had a tough half. They're always playing from behind the pale. They're always trying to scrape together buys. But they got 4 rounds out of it. And you were telling me in the break, you think this might be a get-me-on-T-side type of situation.
That was the vibe I was getting from Nemiga. They looked very confident and comfortable, and that's what they're going to bring to the table here on the opening pistol. Quick in towards Lucauzi's crosshair, though, and he knocks down a couple of kills. Looking for some more, though. Finally, Lear able to offer up some in return. They lose out on this E-box control eventually, and the numbers do get punched in. They want to take a fight straight into Canals off the back of that. But they take their sights elsewhere here now. And they want to pressure the CT side into Palace as well. This is an interesting move here from Nemiga, but it's the right one.
No kit. Gonna make this a little bit of a time crunch type of situation. That's a lot easier. Lucauzi, big impact kills coming through once again, but finally, Xanter will punish him. They got to get on the stick. They know where this last player is. Risky Bob just needs to disrupt this defuse, and he's won the round. But he keeps the headshot. Tagged up, going around the corner, and Insani.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, last second, they get it done. He just knew he needed to disrupt the plan. Unfortunately, maybe not the movement god in that moment. That tag is so painful. It slows down all your momentum, and you just feel like you're running through molasses.
Looks like he was like getting ready for some sort of sweet parkour move and just missed the jump completely. Yeah, that tag's brutal right there.
Have you ever? I don't know if you've ever startled a rabbit. I had a pet bunny for a while, and if he got startled, he would just shoot up, like full jump, just
like
up into the air,
cat being
land,
scared?
and then sprint away.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's like cats when you scare them. They think a cucumber's like a snake, and then they turn around, and then the cucumber's not a snake.
Not a snake.
But they jump up pretty high too. I have seen that before. I've never seen a rabbit do that same thing.
Rabbits do them. They also, I think it's called binky. When they like are really happy, they thump their back legs. Oh, it's adorable.
It's cute. I never had a pet rabbit. I had a couple snakes though.
We had a bunny that we just could never quite. We got the bunny, named it Zach. My brother and I are like very young at this point.
A bunny named Zach.
We got the bunny named Zach. Decided we couldn't.
What was the
bunnies.
inspiration for Zach? Sorry.
I don't remember. Honestly, it's a long time ago.
Okay.
Couldn't find the bunny's giblets. Decided the bunny was a girl. So Zach became Zachariah, which is still a guy's name. But we didn't know that. We were very young. And then we and then we found out that the bunny was in fact male. Because the bunny started to get very cranky for some reason. Took him to the vet. Vet flipped him over. Sure enough. There's a whole lot of kills for MIBR, including Insani putting down his teammate. Safe blood for the Blood Gods. All of the kills in this round so far for MIBR, teammates included. But Xanter's going to change that formula, and now he might have just found a free A site. This is plantable. This is plantable, provided Khan gets over there to help him out. Specifically because he has the C4.
Yeah, that would help. Getting the bomb onto the site right there. There's some really good smokes though tossed in to provide a little bit extra security. Nice 30 damage HE before this retake really lifts off, but Insani knows he's going to get pressured here, especially with the double up on the flank. Containing this space is very crucial here. He's got to give a lot of it as he goes, trying to stay alive and punish this aggression here, but now Khan and Xanter know largely a flank going to come through off the back of this positioning. Insani still gets a kill though. And Xanter now set up into another 1v2 clutch. Starts out as a 1v3. Bomb being stuck again. Oh no! He's not going for it just yet. Gets him off initially on the first fight, and it does actually force Bruno into the duel. Xanter will deliver in a crucial clutch. This time, the lack of the kit catches them.
One of these days, Nemiga will plant for their post-plant position.
Yeah.
Or just play the post-plant for the plant. Either way, this is now multiple times where they've nearly lost it because they just don't have the positioning on the bomb. But it's all good. Xanter gets it. Big round from Xanter. 4 kills, I think. Not quite the ace. Coming through.
He's been set up in so many like different 1v2s in that last half. He started it off well with the pistol clutch. Didn't really linger too long, the feeling of success, but that's got to feel good right there. Getting a 1v3 in the second half, especially at such a crucial turning point there, up against a force buy, you're force buying in that situation, and MIBR got themselves a healthy little lead there if they close that out and continue to build upon it. wouldn't have been a lot of room for error. Now Nemiga can step into the second half and do exactly what they were looking so excited to do in that halftime break, and that's get onto this T side and get the ball moving. We got one flashbang here, maybe pop through that smoke potentially.
Wouldn't love it. There's a lot of players on the other side. There's no info right now. Okay, they've rumbled it. They've kicked the Hornet's nest. Here's the bees. Bees! Got Luke Cage, not Luke Cage, Nick Cage in there. Luke Cage is a different guy, fictional guy. Oh, kill's coming through, and it should be fine. Look, they kicked the Hornet's nest, but they brought some killer. Wasp killer.
Some repellent.
Little spray can.
Have you ever like gotten a like bee's nest chasing you?
Like a whole thing chasing me, like cartoon style, like
Yes.
the big swarm.
Yeah, like the huge swarm.
Oh, I can't say I've had that. Have you?
I have, and
That feels like a question you ask when you have a story.
yeah. They
Cole.
was mowing my lawn back in Kentucky, and there was, I guess, like I don't know if it was a bee's nest. I think it was more of a hornet's nest. I don't really know because I was too busy running away. But I had this big rideable lawnmower and ran over like a nest on the ground. I feel like it's a terrible place for a nest.
Ground wasps, yeah.
Yeah. The ground wasp, they got me. So I ran over with the mower, and obviously, like, I'm just full speed ahead, just driving away from, like, the whole swarm of hornets chasing me. And you know, the lawnmower only goes so fast. So I did not... they caught up pretty quickly. Yeah, it was a tough session of mowing.
Well, we're going to have a dry run of the A site. With just the auspices on the other side, it's not terribly surprising that this isn't going to be the most effective round we've seen from MIBR. But hey, they might try and get some of these exit kills like a swarm of angry wasps.
I don't think it's fair that you make a nest on the ground and then when someone walks on it or mows on it, you get mad.
I don't think anyone has ever described wasps as a chill creature. I don't think they have a lot of forgiveness.
Pretty universally hated, right?
Oh, hold on. Hang on. Oh, this is getting very messy indeed. Losing a straight-up duel with the USP where I think you started shooting first is not encouraged.
Ooh.
Surely not. I mean, there's no loss here. You lose the A1S, but they're just going to try and get weird.
Just smoking the bomb.
Do they realize the player's still on it? Oh my god, do they realize? Yes, okay. Okay, good awareness. That nearly got so strange.
Oh, man.
But it does get so expensive. No survivors from either side. One team came in with USBs. Nobody walks out with anything.
That's a win right there for MIBR. I'll say that for sure. It starts out a 5v5 as well. There's just a lot of strength in these numbers. And as you said, it doesn't really start out well when you lose out a 1-for-2 trade, essentially. And then I honestly didn't think MIBR were going to make a case for that. They still go aggressively into the site, and
Kind of love it.
I do love it there. That's the best case scenario there with just USPs.
All right, who we got stacked up in the winware? Well, we got no Lukowski. He really wanted to get back into B main. Had so much fun there in the first half. Was thinking, let me get back. Oh boy, they might lose safe as well. Can't do that. Can't do that. Uh-oh. Mortar strike all on Breno. Picked up the first. These smokes give him cover to slip back away by the obelisk. And Sana's come in to support from middle. So now they got the bodies here. And now Nemiga are saying, well, maybe.
I'm not that interested. Yeah, I think they need to, especially given the current state of this map. You know, Insani rotated off of mid, and you saw this presence, but tough miss there for Khan. Looks to get a redemption shot, but can't get a third try at that. Not going to give it another go.
If you see the double push cave out here, and you know that their usual mid player Insani rotated off, I suppose exit could be waiting for you in mid, but it feels like there's a strong case to be made for taking that space. And that's not a case that Nemiga are interested in right now. They are holding way far back, expecting some sort of aggression maneuver. And as we hit 40 seconds, they are eventually going to mosey their way on in towards mid, which is still the right read. No one has come to address this. Exit is playing very far back to make sure he doesn't get overwhelmed on the A site. Presumably set up either drop the bomb late or set up a little bit of a retake scenario.
Yeah, this position is a little bit tricky, though. So you hold out towards camera. You got to be quick on the draw there, but he does reposition into a more committed angle. We'll see if that costs him any. He does not. Able to lock in a couple of crucial frags. Puts Khan into a 1v2 of his own.
At least he's going to get the bomb down. That much he's guaranteed. And yes, the health is low, but the AWP is out. So, quick shots required. And Khan is actually playing this forward. You'd expect him to go back, but he's going to fight forward. And, well, with them playing with the duo, that's nice spacing on MIBR. You don't allow him the chance to get two.
I would have had to get the collateral right there. Not going to be given.
Needed a little shish kebab shot.
Yeah, a little skewer. That's a very aggressive start right there. And on top of that, I'll give MIBR a lot of credit. Some very quick rotations. They needed that extra support there. I mean, as you said, their Breno was looking very overwhelmed. And if he didn't have Insani kind of covering off a little bit of extra help there, that probably would have been the B site falling over.
Timeout taken. Ooh, new pause music. New timeout music. All right, let's get the vibes of this one.
I like the bass already. It's got a little ramp up. I heard some vocals, and I didn't hear them.
Was that
I felt
vocal,
them
or was
almost.
that like a twang or something?
I don't. I felt like I heard like a little, very shallow voice.
Yeah, I was either like just some dude going, oh.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
I'm thinking like a, I don't know, really stressed string or something or other. Just one note. All right, so what do we rate that? What do we rate that timeout music?
Give it
the vibes on that.
Give it a 6. It felt a little quick.
6? Yeah. I mean, that might have just been a quick timeout. But yeah, well, I guess they're all the same length. That doesn't make sense. We'll go with 6. 6 out of 10. I'm with you.
Onto the site. Exit lock in a couple.
0 out of 10 from Nemiga. Getting nothing.
Ooh.
Nothing. Not a bullet of damage. Not a speck on the coats of MIBR. They got no dry cleaning bills. They're keeping this thing clean. That's why looking the wrong way will not be changing that. So you love that if you're MIBR. Everybody keeps their gun. Everybody keeps their health. You barely have to spend all your util. It's just comfortable. Best kind of eco ever.
Yeah, that's fantastic work right there. Also, Nemiga just running a rush down in towards that mid side here, trying to do what Insani was doing in that first half, but they give that space open and really set themselves up well. There was also just a big investment from Risky Bob in that last round, so he's on a Tech 9. Their utility's pretty severely limited. 3 smokes. Well, one of them tossed in early, but
you know what Risky Bob's other name is?
what is that?
Frisky Bob. And so he's feeling like getting a little frisky in this one.
With the Tech 9?
Yeah, you think with that techie he's got to go a little bit quicker, be the tip of the spear, but at least for now, I wouldn't say that's exactly what he's doing. The rumble in towards cave could be fun.
Yeah, I'll just move towards E-Box. What's that HE? That actually blows open a hole in the smoke right there. Look how he capitalizes with 2. That is brutal right there. I didn't know he was going to gain some vision off that. But he makes sure to capitalize and safe now, ready with that next point of contact. And he's good on the line with that. AWP steps in for another kill, but already a 4v1 now. And they have the bomb in their grasp at the moment.
That's actually such a clever way to pop that smoke. We'll do a little more glazing here. We got to see if zweih can actually win this. I don't think he can win this, I'll be honest with you. Because it only pops half the smoke, right? You're not actually exposed to the long-range op angle and the position that Lucasi puts himself in. He's not at all exposed to anyone on the right side, so it just totally isolates that fight on the left. That's such a neat little bit of utility usage. Really love that. At this point, the bottle is stopped. Breno. Make sure they can't get out. Lucasi, all right, maybe a little overheat there. Really wanted that 3rd kill. He's having a monstrous map, though. You'll give him those.
Yeah.
Provided this one doesn't get away.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Wrapped up there by the flank. A little bit nervy there.
It's a little overheat.
Yeah, that is much more the Lucasi I remember, back when he first got onto this roster. I was questioning if he was going to lose his step here. He is just rocking on this B side, and again, both sides of the half right now.
The fact that the one player strafes into the other player and sets them both on a line, unfortunate for Nemiga. But still, dang, does it look good for Lucasi. That's such a cool way to pop that smoke.
Yeah, that's sweet. I mean, just a little bit of trickery right there. MIBR, that's all they need at this point, right? Just a couple of rounds to get him over the edge. The CT side looking fantastic. This whole map, a huge dry spell. Get aggressive on that B side. There's an opening pick. Little 4v5 action. The reaction from Nemiga, though, is to make some moves towards middle. They could get themselves very deep and into surprising angles, but it looks like Safe is prepared, or at least somewhat aware of this idea. Lukowski's not.
Yeah, you may have discounted that a little too quick. They don't know where to go. But they have found good space. I like this response from MIBR, though, to go for the double main push on A. And they're pushing space on B main as well. So, yeah, you're going to give yourself something to defend from. That confirms the bomb. It's headed towards B. 1-for-1, not ideal there. You would have loved if Safe lived, but, you know, you would have loved a lot of things if they happened.
How does Santa make this work here? He's going to get surprised, yeah. And there's still not a lot of initiative from Nemiga.
Where are they going?
Yeah, they realize they just lost the A side of the map completely, so now you have to head in towards the B side, but it's realized a little late here, and Reno's going to be on the scene.
I feel like maybe they were wary that... I don't know. Anyways, we'll play through the round that we've actually got. So there's a retake coming through from Cave. It's going to be Insani and Exit, close up. Insani right on the angle, up looking for him. White, flashbang's good. That's a shutdown. Actually doesn't get both, but confirms the position of Risky Bob now, who is very low indeed. And with Breno getting out, how on earth has Risky Bob hit that timing? That's brilliant. Ooh. But Exit knows he's going to try and slip away from the pillar. And there is time enough to get this defuse, no problem. Anubis confirmed. Anubis comfortable for MIBR here. A team that once upon a time was an absolute terror on Anubis, looking a little bit like their old selves. And it's the new guy, Lukowski, who I guess is no longer the new guy now that Breno is back. The new old guy, the old new guy, whichever way, it's Lukowski to really light the... Try and reverse the effects of aging on himself. It's crazy stuff. Rich people should have more problems. That shouldn't be an option.
Yeah.
Please don't use your teenage son as a blood boy.
Yeah, it's ill-advised right there. But, I mean, maybe good for medical research? I don't know.
I'm going to say no.
No?
But I don't know. Maybe yes.
Try to spin a positive note on that one. But maybe just some tough times here.
It would be crazy enough to do that in Counter-Strike, do you think, in the broadcast? Whoa! Okay, zweih. All right, crazy enough to get that swing going. Lukowski gone. The Seisei defense might be crumbling. Nemiga leaving their options open. Turning Lukowski into a blood boy in this one.
That's a nice start right there. Shut down the guy that was doing damage last go around. It's got to be a little bit of a relief for them. And it should be a very comfortable opportunity to capitalize because I mean, they are heading into this duo. The rotations are looking a bit swift here.
You know, this is starting to look like
MIBR.
Kind of a modified potential Chicago reach around call.
Oh, it's looking like it. Yeah, a little adjustment. They're forgetting the bottom banana player, and that's going to be a problem, though.
That is a
Safe
problem.
is here on the flank before they make it into the site. Is it going to be a problem, though? Safe's in hot water, and he escapes, and he's going to keep this towards the A side, not allowing for them to make that reach around to B. Exit overrun there as well, and into the site they go. Safe shut down, and they win the pistol through elimination before they ever even have to get to the site.
Oh, little war cry there.
Yeah, I think Nemiga looking for some energy. They always seem like they had some positive spirits on Anubis there. Again, watching them in the halftime, they were joyful and 8-4, which makes sense heading into your T side, but didn't really get the results of that joy.
It's harder to keep that joy going in map 2 when you know you bottled your map pick.
Yeah.
So it's good to get that energy going. Good to have, you know, I think it was Lear making the
yelps.
battle calls there.
The yippies.
The yippee. Yippee! Hitting that at the halftime. There's nothing better than seeing a long developing flank like we did in that last round, where Safe then peeks into 2 players, and all 3 of those players in that fight just miss. No one gets killed. They all walk away from it.
Just shrug your shoulders.
Sometimes pistol rounds just be like that.
Gotta just reset. You know what? This is best if everyone just backs off.
I like these 2 nades. Where are these 2 nades? Okay, this is over towards B. So if you get presence up banana, you're going to huck those 2 nades and then everyone swings. Or one of those nades goes out early. Trying to coax them in. It's not going to happen. Players are stacked up in the halls. Get a cheeky halls pop. What are you going to do, Breno? BRNSN.
Cool to see him back. I'm surprised that was the move, but you know, you mentioned it there. I think sometimes South America is difficult to make some big transfer moves, and I think Lukowski was their big one of like recent history.
I kind of also buy from two perspectives. A, I don't think Brenna was really the problem or ever a problem. I think it was much more about the org really wanted to get Lukowski as opposed to that they wanted to get rid of Brianna. But I also think it's a facet of I kind of buy that Drop benched himself. I don't think that's the time you would have wanted to make changes. Zweih takes out the lone A player. It ain't happening here. Bomb's going down. Round's over. Presumably, we'll just see MIBR save what they've got and try and go for the stack again in the next round. But the timing of it is just so brutal, right? Making your run for the major, trying to make things happen here. Yes, you've had a stinker of a start, but I don't know. I'm very curious to hear from their side. Hopefully, if we do get the MIBR victory, we'll get an interview here to get a little bit more information about like what happened. I just want to know, Cole.
We got to find out
I
these
just want the tea.
these details.
Want that hot tea.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of give MIBR the benefit of the doubt there. I just think they always make good roster moves a lot of times, and I don't think they're too hasty with roster moves as well. That's a nice exit. Sonny drops. So I think what MIBR deserve more than anything is a little bit of trust that they are taking the right direction. Because I trust them at this point.
But okay, so here's the thing, though. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But the problem is the architect of every previous version of this MIBR roster just left the org.
But
So I don't know if that
what?
track record applies necessarily in the same way.
But you know what?
What do I know?
Part of that, it was Bruno. So
True, he did pick him up.
yeah.
Yeah. I think this is one of the things where, yeah, you're right. Like, the loss of Bit may not be so keenly felt in the short term. The question will be what the project looks like long term, where they've maybe got to show a little bit more, because as far as I was aware, even when he stepped back from coaching, he was still, traveling with the team. As far as I know, Bit was really the senior voice leading the Counter-Strike project through a good many years.
Yeah, when Knack was the coach, he was still on as the strategic coach, I believe.
I think he was essentially Knack's boss. I don't remember what his exact title was, but it was sort of like trying to both help the transition for Knack into head coaching and also provide a little bit more of an overall view onto the CS team. He explained it to me at one point, but my memory is less ideal than it should be. But suffice it to say, he was still always traveling with the team, right? He was just part of that nucleus, giving more support into it, and having Knack be the immediate guy standing behind them. So it is just, as much as drop out as the IGL feels like a substantial change, the stealth more substantial change for MIBR is that the guy who's defined identity for this team in a lot of different roles over a lot of different years in Bit is out. And that guy, if one person was MIBR Counter-Strike for the last, basically since they picked up the core of this roster, it was Bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That definitely going to be the big surprise factor that they'll have to bounce back from it. I mean, not even at this event yet have they really set their sights on any, I think, long-term planning of who's going to try and fill that role. Also brings up the question of maybe where Bit's future is as well.
Look at the teddy.
Nice one.
That looks like a felted teddy bear, like a Stitch teddy bear.
Yeah,
It's cute.
so cute. He's just hanging out.
It's hanging out. It's actually whispering strats. Teddy's the stealth coach.
Teddy's just a strategic coach.
That's like a Chucky situation where he just comes alive and whispers the worst decision in your life while you're in the clutch. Hush. Swing. Grass. Swing. You're in a 2v1. He's like, don't wait for your teammate. Swing now. You'll catch him off guard. You'll catch the time.
That smoke looks so good. Ooh, that smoke looks good there for the CT's had to just spam it. Get a couple of kills off the back of it. Risky Bob and Lear both hit the deck. And
could still get cheeky with the lurk out abs, but Brenno's aware.
they're stacking over B right now. 3 rotates. They have really left this A side a little bit dry in terms of the presence, in terms of the numbers. And this has to queue up. I think long-term vision here for MIBR. Once that smoke fades away, you almost have to re-aggress. You got to give Breno some support. That smoke is going to give him so much time to work with, though. And yeah, that's perfect reactions here from Exit, aggressing down Banana.
The bomb's there. The bomb's there. You're in a lot of trouble, Nemiga. You're going to have to sprint back. And even if they don't peek off this, which they're going to peek off this, there it is. I would have said even without that, they would have had the information from the sprint back that, okay, why are they coming back to this? Bomb's got to be right here. And now you know. You know everything. You've got everything. How do you recover this if you're zweih? Genuinely don't know. Genuine question I'm asking here.
Yeah, I mean, potentially could sneak that bomb away at the very least, but there is still just 20 seconds. Picks it up. If he picks up that AWP, he's probably leaning towards a save here. Now it's only really his option at this point.
It's done. It's toast. He's toast.
Butter on top.
Don't get clocked. Don't get clocked, young man. Don't get clocked. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Oh. He'll get away with it.
A little bit tense right there, but well handled in the close. And that just is really good protocols coming through from MIBR all the way through. Sure, they trust that Breno can defend this A side alone, but that smoke that provides him that relief right there, and then the reaction off the back of that bit of utility, knowing that MIBR probably need to take a little bit of map control elsewhere and take that B space back with all the resources that they put in that direction is a great read. Look at this aggression for Lukowski. This is what he does best on this map as well. That's getting in their face here. Slides past some of the early play, but
didn't have the angle right. That's the worst kind of angle. The angle where they can see you, but you can't see them. You've heard of the one way. That's not the way you're supposed to one way.
No, that's the reverse one way right there.
Reverse one way.
What if
I show you a pixel of my head. I can't see you.
Just a little top hat showing right there for the opening pick.
Unfortunate. That's very awkward now, because, I mean, look, they tried to rotate around to compensate A, thinking that the fast play might come through. Instead, they lose top Banana. Now you have to drag Insani back over to help out Exit. You got Safe, who's floating, is thinking about it. Utility's starting to get depleted. You still got nades on Breno, but he's even playing a little bit further forward than where you'd like to deploy them. Oh, you can't die, can't die, can't die. That's the one thing. Can't die or this round's over. So he will do a good job of not dying. Even found a shot back the other way, but what can he stall out? Ooh, peek around on the truck. How is he still alive? There have been so many moments where he's testing this, trying to make the cheeky play around the cart. Molly down and towards pit, they'll feel more confident about this, but they're just going to go for the bomb point. So there's still a chance for Breno to impact this round. His teammates need to get active if they're actually going to attempt this retake, because right now, the cavalry's not coming.
Oh, he's getting no help. He is out to dry. That is nuts. Nemiga just overwhelmed that A side, and MIBR's game plan remains true, and that's...
It's just such the life of the pit player that you're like, okay, guys, I've stalled them so long. Surely you guys are here. And they're like, yeah, we're actually not going to come through this smoke unless you kill 2.
Yeah, you're going to have to get a whole lot for us to make our moves. There was no hero coming to save him, get him out of that position. They're really leaving him alone on this site. I mean, Lukowski does fall early. It's another one of these situations that they have to pull back, but the game plan here for MIBR seems to be put all your faith in Breno to lock down this A side. And that's a really tough task for one man.
I like that on the jersey they have the logo of the game that they play in case they forget. They're like, is this Roblox? Oh no, okay, CS2. Okay, cool. That's what we're in right now.
You don't want to get confused with the counterblocks division of the organization. Just the CS logo, but
look, if there was a bigger scene, Cole would have gone pro. You guys don't even know. Counterblocks, he'd be all over the place. What's the other one? Like Crunker?
Crunker, yeah. Crunker's great.
JoJo, top 1 world in Crunker.
What's funny about Crunker is it has like auto aim.
Okay.
And I'm sure there is cheaters, but people thought JoJo was cheating. But there's also like auto aim, so it's like really hard to miss if your crosser's at all close.
So everyone's cheating.
So yeah, everyone's using aim assist.
Everyone's cheating.
We all have cheats in that game.
I did get an ad for a game the other day that the whole pitch was that everyone has walls and aim hacks.
It's like cheat cheetahs something.
Yeah.
I saw that one where it's just pinbotting who can cheat the best.
Which, like, I guess, I mean, people play HVH servers, so
It's just top level Premier.
it make. Oh, it's sad because it's true.
That's why we use Face It anti-cheat.
Shout outs. And if you want to watch this game, you can head on over to Face It Watch.
Watch this B exec here. HE is going to be a little delayed, but it's going to blow open a hole in the smoke and a flashbang that blinds up everybody, allowing Insani to thrive on this site. Eventually has to whip out the sidearm, but that's a great exchange here to start it off.
So we've got the man advantage. Surely we're going to actually get MIBR in a retake here.
Oh, yeah.
They've got the util for it as well. Breno can set up a
flank.
ton of nades. They've got the flank up banana. Lukowski is not advancing forward. But I don't know if Lukowski got the memo that they're going for this. He's not moving.
Ooh.
I don't... Someone should probably have told him that they were actually going to try. Now he's going for it. Oh, whoop, you're all dead? Oh, my bad. My bad, bro. I didn't hear that. I don't know what was going on there. He looked like he was positioned for exits.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the idea there from MIBR was to make the aggression up the CT side first, and then maybe that allows for some backs to be turned, and then, you know, if you see any success through the coffins, you start to see some presence come through. But yeah, we never did quite get that emotion from Lukowski, and because you don't get any space through the coffin side of things here and through church, I mean, you just have to go straight in.
I mean, my thing is, he's so far back that even if they had gotten that motion, he would not have been able to get to site in time to... defeat
Well, I think
bomb.
the idea is if there's still a banana player late, then the banana player is going to turn his back towards banana, and then he gets a free kill, but it kind of all crumbles when nothing really happens in the CT aspect. That's the hope, at least.
That's the hope. Insani is hoping that he can actually get a shot off before he gets deleted, and his hope will go unanswered. Xanter says, no, actually. Okay, the dry swing into the top banana fight, probably not the way you want to live your life. They had plenty of utility. They chose to deploy absolutely none of it, but they've still got this into a 2v2, so this is very viable. And also, well, you have the A site. That's nice. Safe might be able to catch the bomb in rotation, but look at this. The clear back in from zweih. Oh, the timing is magnifique there. So this is how you want to play. They're even being careful, clearing out apps, making absolutely sure, even though I think they know where exit was, just following the protocols to make sure that there's no surprises. Bomb going to get planted. It's all good. Exit, time to try to pull off the ace. This requires the ace. What do you got, exit? What do you got? Eventually, he's got to move. He's waiting for someone to try and clear back in towards mid, but they're not incentivized to give him anything. They've got pit. They've got sight. It's a very comfortable crossfire they can establish, and exit is not going to give this one a look. It's not about it.
He's taking the chill approach to this round.
Come on, bro. You could have had an ace. You got to try it.
You can still have an ace.
It's not. It doesn't matter if you don't win the round.
Counts in the scoreboard.
They've got the money. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's telling him no.
That's big. I like that. Lear getting loud. Offered up a great opening pick there from Xanter. They collapse in to this this banana side setup, and Exit handles business, but this A side crumbles accordingly. And now Nemiga are the team here with some extra options rolling on out. And a fantastic T side start. It's going to lead into a timeout. Do you like this pause music? We're going to keep the buying up here as well. Safe going to invest into the AWP. We're going to get all the tools out once again for MIBR as much as they can afford. Looking to build up a round count here that has not been given to them by Nemiga. Just looks so good on how they open up rounds. Xanter on the last one, able to find some success up banana. Safe trying to take matters into his own hands. No op to play up against, so he really does just that. falls through aggressively to go for the pick in towards middle, second mid rather, and he does collect. It's a big time pickup. And a rare 4v5 for MIBR. We definitely need to capitalize on these sort of moments here. Capitalize on Safe getting active on Inferno. Not a whole lot of CT side left, so if he can keep things rolling as good as he just did, be a decent bit of impact here. Molly goes out towards the under porch side of things, and that's going to be a step through back and return here from Safe. Set up those two strong, and Insani collapsing in on these pieces. Bomb going to have to be retrieved in towards the bottom of Banana, and last ditch effort as they spot out all the resistance in towards this A side to make a move towards B here, where Exit remains forward as can be. The steady hand, Insani will cut off the cross for one. Xanter does not make it successfully past his crosshair, and Khan in a clutch, not going to be given the chance. MIBR right back into the action here, off the back of a timeout as well. And they get the victory accordingly. That's how it all kicks off right there. Excellent bit of initiative from the side of Safe. He gets the opening duel, and then that bracket setup shuts the rest down. MIBR respond.
Signs of life. You like to see it. I was starting to get very worried. But just when things are looking dire, you get a little bit of a resuscitation. Are we feeling, we got a pulse.
Oh yeah.
Are we feeling good? Are we feeling okay?
I think if you're Safe, you should be feeling a lot more confident to keep these opening duels going. As he does right there. Another nice pick into the bracket setup, knocking down these kills, but he does have to retreat eventually. So this could be a problem as they scale up in towards this A side, trying to be bailed out by Lukowski and his continued aggression, but Safe is in serious pressure right now.
Oh, look at the timing on this reposition, though. There's no way you expect him graveyard. zweih gets caught as a result of that. He's like, where did the Opera go? Where did the Opera go? So that's a really nice bit of maneuvering. He'll eventually get caught. But setting up his teammates in the 2v1 is going to be enough work. So that's a nice round stacked up from Safe. Cheeky reposition. Maybe not the biggest impact in the kills, but the timing works beautifully to allow his teammates to rotate in. Everything is good.
Yeah, I mean, he starts it off with another opening, and right now I think he's playing up against a real luxury of Nemiga choosing in a lot of these rounds not to buy an op. So then he buys one and starts to get aggressive in these positions where he feels confident and comfortable that there's no op on the other end of the server to worry about.
And you won't have to worry about it here. Not only is there not an op, there's a Tech-9. There's a Galil. There are limitations here for Nemiga. The hot start, the beautiful run. Let's come to a screeching halt. 6 rounds is a lot of rounds, but you like more.
He did choose for the T side as well.
True. I feel like that's a lot of teams love it on Inferno these days. There's a lot that you can do with it to bully. Problem is now full nades up for the CTs. Your banana control protocols can be perfect to what you want. Get these early exchanges, and Sonny risks a lot of damage in that Molotov. Because he wants to pop this mid-smoke.
Ooh, they're playing a little bit of a dangerous game right now, jump spotting about. Sonny trying to get set up, but don't stick around too long.
I love Lukowski's setup where he looks off to his left, and it looks like he's just trying to not look at the player cam at all, as much as he can help it. Just wants to keep us away from him.
Yeah, that's an interesting spot for the player cam right there.
I saw the craziest setup of my life yesterday. We stopped in a Philadelphia and a premier grassroots local LAN. We love Philadelphia here. Oh, yeah. But there was a guy playing, I didn't actually get his name. I tried to get a photo of him, but he tabbed out right when I tried to do that. Nice kill from Safe. He was playing Yekindar close to his monitor with his keyboard and mouse behind the monitor. And the monitor was tilted. Not, okay, we'll talk about it in a second. We got the hit coming through. This is all the action. Exit. They seem to know where he is, but Insani's here to help. And now Exit strikes. And Insani continues to impact. Player up on top of Orange got the spot, was reloading, otherwise might have had that kill. And somehow all of the kills are going to come through smoke. Risky Bob low HP. Once that smoke fades, the chances of a bomb plant are just about gone. So brawl forward he will, and he will lose. So anyways, the monitor wasn't tilted like like Lucasi has it, the monitor was tilted diagonally. So his head was tilted while looking at it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how that guy's neck is not killing him every time he plays Counter-Strike.
What setup are we? What situation are you in?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the question with crazy setups. It's always because some version of their desk required it initially. What world do you require tilting the thing?
I could just imagine he's in like the Harry Potter stairs for his PC.
He's got it on both stairs?
His ceiling is on a bit of a slant.
Okay, okay.
And so maybe that's how he's comfortable.
Well, Brenno's slanting their faces off. I don't know how that really works. I'm not gonna. we're gonna walk back from that
What a
one.
transition.
Look, sometimes the Segway goes off the road. You know the inventor of the Segway went off a cliff on one. That's how he died.
Did he really? Paul Blart?
I don't know if he was an inventor or an aficionado. Different words.
Professional.
Whee! Khan, that's a ripper.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Khan needed to do on all these gun rounds when he has an op in his hands, but does it with the Deagle. Maybe that's going to put a little bit of fear into Safe's heart.
I don't think so.
No?
I think they're feeling pretty fearless right now. Getting
Yeah.
it back up to 5. I think they're feeling pretty dang good considering how this this half started out. 6-1. You're running 4 rounds in a row. You like that?
Yeah, it all started with Safe getting that op back out and Khan never having one in resistance. And so, you know, it feels like for the last 5 rounds, I've seen Safe peek down middle free of charge, essentially. At least get a chance at an opening duel. And a couple of rounds getting the opening duel. And it's tough to punish when you don't have the telescope on the other end. I guess the Deagle will do. In this case, it's the AKs back out in return.
All is forgiven if you hit headshots in Counter-Strike. Keeping Xanther isolated up here. Maybe wants a sustained fight on the fade. He smokes to give himself cover from this specific Molotov, which it does work out.
You like a good preemptive smoke for the Molly. Preventative measures taken here to avoid any burns, but there's a big pickup right there. And again, Safe, another chance at an opening duel, this time punished by the AK.
Talking about preventive smokes. That's a prevention, pound a cure. Smoke up on towards CT to keep them stoppered in towards top banana. That moto smoke's not really going to fake a whole lot because Lucasi's ahead of it. It is pulling them, though. I think that was actually just to get more util. Ooh, they didn't find any. So if they were looking for it, it wasn't there. Exit, what do you got? You're making a jump. You're letting them know where you are. Nearly finds that spam kill. But they just don't have the nade. Zweih's cleared up one of the players on the flank. So the boost up over. A little desperation here, but it seems like the final round of this half is coming up in Nemiga. Unless Exit, trying to cook here, will miss the recipe. So 7-5. A lead for Nemiga, but is it enough? We'll find out. Gotta come in on a nice!
Wow.
I've ruptured your eardrums. Time to listen to us talk about the second half of play.
That was a long one right there. I haven't heard that one in matchmaking from you, so I feel a little bit disappointed that you have that in your bag.
I'll break it out next time. I promise
okay.
you. We'll be like 2-10 at the half, and I'll come back in with a nice. Oh, restart.
Thanks, ya.
Restart. Coming into attack pause. Who's got the headset off? Who's taking it off? Breno, is it you? Is it you? Is it your fault?
Nope.
Nope, it's Khan. Khan's fault. What did he break? Come on now. Yeah, scratch the back of your head. Fix it.
A little neck massage.
Get moving. Needed a little bit more time in that halftime. Understandable.
Cool the nerves.
Happens. Happens. Just gotta change the crosshair, change the res, new mouse. Quick call to Boros.
You throw that you throw that keyboard behind the monitor. Test that move out.
Yeah. Tilt the monitor 15 degrees. Crack your neck. Give yourself serious spinal issues in a number of years.
It's just training.
Gotta think about the ergonomics here, guys.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it could just be a form of prolonged stretching.
Maybe.
Keeping limber.
Guys are keeping that right ear free.
Oh, yeah, I see that one.
A little bit.
Snuck out there. I wasn't sure there. You got a good eye.
You know, subtle tricks. Trying to get a little oxygen in the ear canal, wake the brain up. That's the move, the barriers are small there. Oh, our third co-commentator has busted into the studio to come say hello.
Late as ever.
How long? If we have more time on this tech pause, hold on, we can show our third co-commentator. Can we do this production? Can we bring in our third co here just for a moment? If we got a little bit of time, make an introduction.
I might have to say it.
Do we have the technology?
We have our third co-commentator in here.
We do. He's ready to go. He's trying to escape. Oh, he's not lasting long.
The one who brought the...
Tell the people what you think. Tell the people what you think. All right, he's making his escape. That's Noodle. His day rate is taken in dog biscuits. But he's a big Risky Bob fan.
He's been telling me, #1 Risky Bob fan. He's a fan of the name as well, which I think is crucial, but he usually just goes by his favorite names.
Although, based on his protocol of not wanting to sit in my lap right there, might have been more of a fan of Exit.
Also trying to leave the studio.
Oh, Exit just got chastised. Speaking of which, he's trying to say words during a tech pause. He got a little bop on the nose.
You can't do that.
Can't do that. Can't be communicating. Oh, can't be communicating there. All right, hold on, chastised. You'll see players try and get away with it sometimes. I saw one time during a very prolonged tech pause, two players were trying to write notes to each other on their mouse pad. I don't think it was communication in terms of tactics. I think it was hey bro, guess what I'm writing, and it's you stink or something dumb like that.
Play a game of Hangman.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep the mood up. Do we know what's going on with this technical pause? Do we have insights from the men on the grounds, the people on the grounds? Internet issues. Who unplugged the router? Jackson. I blame him. He kicked the router.
Yeah, probably.
If you don't know who Jackson is,
trying to
he's a big man.
I don't know.
El Jackarino. El Jacko. I forget what his exact title is, but big honcho here on Pro League.
I think we're running back next season of Open.
With Jackson?
Yeah.
Weren't you in IM recently? What happened? Maine?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well,
what happened to my season 36 IM champ?
I did, leave the roster this most recent season. I'm too busy casting, actually.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Usually I cast in the mornings, but lately I've been casting at night.
Okay.
So that's hard to kind of overlap with the schedule.
Yeah, the prac schedule's not working out. The
practice schedule.
Prac schedule.
Losing my touch with the game a little bit, falling out of favor. Wasn't putting out the numbers needed.
So going back to Open to get the spirits rolling again.
Yeah, just dropping down a couple leagues, seeing if I can't get my step back.
Well, if you guys need a ringer to run in and die first.
Oh, we will.
You know who to call. You know who to call. Tip of the spear over here. Ooh, a little nose pick. Hold on. Oh, watch out, fella. Oh, no. Oh, no. Lukowski, don't do it. The cam's on.
He's just
Cam's always watching. You can't do the nose pick,
just
guys.
scratching. It's just itchy.
Just itchy on the inside.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful there, bro. Eye in the sky is always watching.
We got the wrist exercises.
Here we go. Is that like a wrist exercise, or is that like an impulsive fidget, you think?
I feel like you can't
Calluses?
just like, I mean, I guess you can. You can fidget with your hands, but I feel like you need a tool to fidget with if you're doing that.
It can be done. It can be done. It's like,
It's just no fun.
can you snap your fingers?
Yeah. I do snap normally.
I didn't, yeah. So I wasn't able to snap for a long time because I still can't do it with my right hand for whatever reason. It's like very limp.
Yeah.
So I can do it, but that's a much better snap.
Wow.
That's a good snap.
That's a good snap.
And so it took me a long time to figure out I could hit a good snap with my left hand. And then once I did, I found myself just idly doing it for like a year. And at some point I realized that must have been the most annoying thing for people around me if I'm just like walking around snapping my fingers. So, yeah, we got away from that one.
You ever do the snap into the finger guns at the function? Yeah, there it is. That's the one.
It's not as impressive if you can only snap on one hand.
Yeah.
They're like,
Just
wait,
gotta-
2 guns but 1 snap. I guess I just have to do the solo left-handed maneuver there.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Last time for Pro League Season 20, we were talking about whistling. Now it's snapping this time.
Well, you know, we'll just make our way around all the body
How
noises.
many professional snappers
Professional
in
snappers.
production?
What would the application of a professional snapper? What could you do as a professional snapper? Start a race? If you could snap really loudly, like mock the starting gun. Just like a really good jazz musician,
Yeah.
but you're only snapping.
You keep a nice beat.
I think I'm confusing Noodle with these snaps. What am I supposed to do? What are we doing? What are we doing? Do we have any messages from the EPL mailbag? Could someone dive into that? Can anyone dive into that? All right, Noodle's apparently requesting an exit into the backyard, so I'll facilitate that, Cole. You keep the people
entertaining?
entertained. Be entertaining.
We got the headsets coming back on. That's good news.
That's a great sign.
That's always what we like to see right there. Get the net shorted shortly. Yeah, looking forward to some more snaps here. What's the EPL mailbag email again?
EPL mailbag at efg.gg. EPL mailbag at efg.gg. Let us know what the weirdest sound you can make with your body is. That's EPL mailbag at efg.gg. And be sure to tag us in some way. Just mention the B stream in the subject of your email so that we know to grab it.
You ever seen? I think it's called ham boning.
Excuse me?
You ever seen that where the people use their body parts to make a bunch of different instrumental noises, and people get really good at it. And I think it is called ham boning.
Ham boning.
Yeah.
Hand boning or ham boning?
I don't know exactly. I feel like ham boning.
I think hand boning is what a lot of people do when they're, just starting to like get high school dating going. Apparently, we have more issues, and production listening to us talk about hand boning, and ham boning has said, these guys need to shut up. Well, I mean, we can keep it going, but we're checking the mailbag. Hold on. I think we're going to take a little break here, folks, so you don't have to listen to us hand bone. Or do we just keep it going, Cole? What do you think?
I'm down for whatever. Maybe look at
this?
the chat as well and see what's going on there.
Yeah, let's pull up Twitch chat.
I do find it pretty difficult to find Twitch streams nowadays.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well,
More of a Face It Watch guy myself, but
there you go.
we'll see.
What do you think of the hand bone, chat? Let us know.
I've seen some professional
Hand boning will save your life one day. I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm wondering how exactly.
Someone's snapping mentally.
You think it'll scare a bear away or something like that? You start making noises.
Yeah, you're kidnapped by a herd of wolves, and you got a ham bone continually to keep them entertained and entranced. A herd of wolves, a pack of wolves. It's the only way you can save your life. What's up? Oh, we got the high Darth mic. Hello, Dosbic. Hello, I'm Twitch chat. Twitch chat. What's your riskiest, Bob?
I Twitch chat. I'm Exner.
Yuck. Do we have any suggestions for names for the reindeer? That's really what I'm looking for here. I need suggestions for names for the reindeer. Current contenders are Risky Rob. I'm thinking Risky Rob could be a reindeer.
Yeah. Risky Rob. I'm trying to think of any other reindeer puns compared to these names.
What else do we have? I have eaten reindeer when I was in Stockholm.
I think I've had reindeer jerky, but I don't know if I've ever had any reindeer.
There's a place that does like a reindeer prime rib in Stockholm. It's super good.
Does it taste like chicken?
No. Tastes like, what does it taste like? It's like a little bit less gamey venison, I would say. Like somewhere between a venison and a beef. Very nice.
What about reindeer?
I can't say that I've had reindeer. I think eating reindeer would be cannibalism and presumably
Well, I was
illegal.
thinking maybe we could name one of the reindeer.
Is that like if you fused leer and rain? Reindeer would be a good name for a reindeer.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not going for consumption. You are going for names.
No, yeah, I'm pretty full. I had a good breakfast, so.
That's good. That's good. Important to keep yourself well fed. Isn't that right, Noodle? Noodle, what would you name a reindeer? I don't know what he would do if he saw a reindeer. He'd have a good time with it. I'll tell you that much. He's seen horses before. There's actually a stable in North Philly where they keep the carriage horses. And
Is that where they got the horses that they were riding after the Super Bowl?
No, those are the North Philly Cowboys. That is a different group. They keep their own horses somewhere else in North Philly.
Yeah.
This is like, you know, the carriages that ride around like Liberty Park and whatnot.
Okay, yeah.
They keep the carriage horses. I actually know where the stable is, and we've walked past it. And Noodle is transfixed. He thinks they're just really big dogs. He really wants to say hi to them.
That's fair.
These casters are just a Timu, Scrawny, and Launders. Which one of us is Launders? Which one of us is the racist?
Emu. It can't be. We
Can't get away with that bit.
No.
We can't get. I don't think either of us can get away with that bit. That's a dangerous one. Are we casting from the same place? Yes, we are indeed. We are in Lapland. If we could show the background right now of where we're at, this is 100% accurate to our location. We are stuck in Lapland. There is no escape.
You are wearing
So cold.
the boxer shirt, right?
Does that make me Launders?
Yeah.
Scrawny also wears the boxer shirt a lot, though. So I guess I'll be Mohan. I'm gonna need to grow a lot.
You will need to get a little taller.
I'll need to start.
I feel
wearing
like I will
stilts.
too, but
Get a fashion brand. You know, we'll do it. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. Oh, wait, I'm seeing motion. I'm seeing hands on keyboards. I'm seeing motion. It is Gato, you're right. I'm wrong. I read that as a B. I'm seeing people standing up. Damn, there's still a headset off. Oh, there's still a headset off. No. I got excited.
understandable. Close. Oh. Throwing that thing on.
Headset on. Headset on. We've got action here, folks. We've got action here. I'm very disappointed by the lack of B-Stream action in the mailbag. So just remember, EPL mailbag at efg.gg. Talk to us. Let us know what's going on.
Talk to her.
Talk to us.
To us.
Just don't rug pull meme coins.
Don't do that. Yeah.
That gets you in trouble.
Do not. It's got to be illegal, right?
I mean, I don't know. Not my wheelhouse.
Yeah. The Wild West.
The Wild West out there.
Talk to her.
All right. I'm feeling good. Coaches are standing up. Lucazi looks like he's just having a nice day. What do you think he's thinking about right now? What's going through his mind?
Push mid. Just looks.
I'm gonna get meatballs after
chill.
this.
I was gonna say.
What he's thinking?
I was looking at Lucazi on Fluxo and Lucazi now, and he looks like a different person. If you go and look at the HLTV pictures in between the two,
Glow up or glow down?
I would say glow up. I think his beard, filled out a little nicer.
I mean, he's still young as heck, right?
I think so. He looks old. He looks a lot older though. Crucially,
So
I'd imagine
beard tech.
Yeah.
A beard tech helps.
That's what
with
it
that.
is.
I wouldn't know, but I understand that the beard tech does help with looking a lot older.
Yeah.
Speaking of beard tech, again, we were at Philadelphia yesterday. Young Chop has now got himself a very full beard.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wild.
He's looking a lot older as well, but we're ready. We're into the action here.
Oh, you don't have to listen to us yap anymore. We've got something to yap about instead. He's 23. Okay. He's not a baby. Confirmation there. But we're into the action.
The real pistol round tier ready to go. See what they have in store for us. It does look like Khan getting a little bit aggressive. I wonder if he missed his timing, though. His window of opportunity to peek through the window. Kind of limited.
Window for window.
Middle.
Nothing on the pistol engagement. Okay, Xanther gets 2 here. 2 and then traded. Call my shot right now.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Risky Bob might get the setup as well, actually. It's a pretty good setup for this fight. They're ready for exactly this fight. There's the util. Oh, Xanther, only the 1. Khan, though, did find one elsewhere, and Risky Bob's still here, so the hops by the cart, not so good. And actually, well, now the reinforcements are. Okay, so I was wrong about Xanther, but it was a very good setup for Nemiga to
You were right about the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what matters most right there. It doesn't matter who gets the kills. It just matters that you execute accordingly. And that setup was just flawless for exactly what MIBR wanted to do.
Best hallmark of a good setup is redundancy. When the first guy doesn't do as much as maybe you'd be hoping, but everybody else can still do what they need to.
It's a very valid point. Sometimes those dual Berettas...
I think Lear's a little happy about that.
Yeah. They look wide awake even despite the tech pause, which is a good sign, right? But they did end it off on a nice note for themselves. They got that 7th round. And now they got 8.
You know it's better than 8?
7, 8, 9.
9. And there's no real reason to think they won't get 9. It's Glocks. We got a P250 for Lucazi, and that is the only investment in this round, as far as I can tell. And I can tell pretty far.
You got good vision?
I do when I get to see the x-rays of everybody through the map and exactly what they're holding in their kit displayed beautifully on our HUD. Which shoutouts to this HUD. I think it's looking quite nice these days.
Yeah, they've done some adjustments since the start of the year, and I think all of it has been in the right direction.
Shoutouts to MC and the team.
Yeah.
I think this one's cooking. I'm liking it. I do love this nice big mini map. Oh, such good information. Okay, we've taken the maximum amount of time we can for a Glock round. And it has netted 2 kills. Hold on, maybe the patience was rewarded. Now we're going to swarm on towards site. This is getting very risky, Bob. Indeed, but, well, Risky Bob is up for the frisky Bob.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Risky in the name, risky in the game. And keeps it safe and sound on that A side. That is a very scary situation. I like the idea there. A little waiting inside of the underpass. You get the kill on the exit, you think it's safe, and then that P250 set up for success. A little bit of profit off that P250 as well. But not too bad. MIBR doing some damage here, but really mostly setting their sights on this round. Now that they're into this T side that Nemiga selected to start on. See if that creates any discomfort in the setup. So far, I mean, as you said, we've seen nothing but good protocols, good contingency plans for them since the pistol. But now up against the rifles, how do they hold up against this MIBR squad?
That is the big ask. That is the big question. Smoke up, at least for the moment. Nemiga are going for a heavy A-lean. Just leaving one Lear. I guess if I say one ahead of his name, I have to say one ear.
One ear, yeah.
One ear. Just a big Van Gogh fan.
Just a fan of giving.
Coming back to the B setup. So they have not quite directed MIBR through the channels that they would prefer. Lear still has a lot of util. 2 flashes, nade, molly to try and slow this down. And now he's got a Xanther to play off of as well. Some the flash for himself. Here comes the smoke. Here comes the util. It's a little late, but Xanther's very good on the spam. That's beautiful. So the molly actually did let a couple players through, but the isolation set them up for the spam. This is going to get a little frisky in the post plant. Chowsy eventually gets these numbers punched in. Very fortunate that that spam's not a little closer. It looked bad for him. Needs some kills. Breno brings through one of those. Would have loved a second. But Lukowski's going to try and battle in to do so. They know they've got this banana player. Risky Bob is trying to hold on to the threat to allow his teammates out through the choke points, and that's exactly what will happen. But Exit chains up 2, and now it falls to this banana play, and Lukowski cannot pay it off. So a defuse on. First gun round goes the way of Nemiga, and now MIBR are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, a whole lot of worry right there after struggling up against that 4v5 to hold on to the post. That's the sort of setup that you like to see when Risky Bob's very patient on banana, because his teammates were able to successfully scale up Coffins. You did see them find a couple of kills. And most of all, I think MIBR a little bit uncomfortable in those post plants with low HP, with a man deficit. Couldn't survive some of the effective trades from Nemiga. And now Nemiga looking confident to try and close things out here. Up against a Tech 9 buy, so a lot of investment here from MIBR. They're going to give this one a decent go. But I do feel like a lot riding on making this round work for them.
Zweih. Wait. Bye, he says. As Exit's out to play early on. Cheeky peek, the back away. I think he even spotted a second player on his approach. Oh no, Luke, come on, brother.
I like how you still boost up there as well. Like, just in case. I don't think they heard anything. I don't think they got any audio cues from the distance that they were away, but...
Here's the thing, right? I never love when the bomb's isolated like this, because if somebody swung in to clear that boiler position, the bomb would drop forward, and they would just be pretty toast. They won't, so it's fine. But the bodies are here, because again, we're seeing Nemiga want to do this heavy A-lean with the numbers.
Oh my god.
It's over. Risky Bob has blown it for them. Insani, they walk past him. This could get a little funky, but Xanther, I think, is aware that there could be a player just past him, and indeed, he knows. He knows. Risky Bob.
Oh, that's insane. What a round from Risky Bob right there. Light work.
Little smirk. Oh, yeah.
Reaction.
Yeah, you know, business as usual, guys. No worries. I got this.
Does Risky Bob sound like Kermit? I never talked to him.
I haven't either. That's even a little lighter than Kermit. I could do full Kermit.
For Risky the Bob here.
It's looking a little Mahomey there on the hold.
It's not easy, yeah. Being Risky Bob.
We can get Risky Bob on the interview if they close out this series.
Should I do that voice while I interview Risky Bob? We could try it.
We're trying for a little bit of success up banana there. Xanther. Well, call and response onto Insani, shutting him down, but he continues to peek forward, and that spam battle does not favor him. Continuing to try and access into this deep side of banana. Risky Bob. Ooh, shut down.
All right, finally some juice here for MIBR. Unless Khan can pull off a pretty crazy 1v3, this should be giving MIBR at least a chance to show us what they can do on their map pick. The margin for error is slim at this point, but it gives them a chance. If we look at the individuals in MIBR, they've just been totally neutered, haven't they? I mean, we're getting not a lot of impact from Insani, not a lot of impact from Lukowski. The numbers are dire for safe. The firepower pieces that you're hoping to shine here, not cooking too much.
Yeah, Exit's been kind of trying to fill that role, but does need those same pieces. A chance here. That's a quick pick on the safe. They thought the security of this A site was given, but Khan's still here ready to go.
You got to get the plants as a problem. The nade's going to force him back and allow the tuck in towards the corner for Exit to actually get these numbers punched in. Kind of problem. Knows he's got that gap in Pip, but couldn't quite get the vision before Breno did in turn. So finally, MIBR gets something. Finally, MIBR have a little bit of juice. Problem is they're going to need to take this little bit of juice that they've got and dilute it. Stretch it now as far as possible, because if that cup runs dry one more time, it's over. It's effectively over. We're going to a third. We're going to Mirage. So, let's see if the cup runneth over. Or if with this buy right back in, Nemiga can immediately shut them down, prevent any momentum from building, just end this map as comfortably as they've started. Risky Bob, okay. Get into the action, and zweih is what's required. It's over. It's over. They get so aggressive. They throw out the counter punch. This is something they haven't shown yet here on Inferno, and I love it. I love the timing on the call.
Yeah, that's just so perfectly read in from Nemiga. That's exactly what you hope for right there. Getting aggressive after finally MIBR able to succeed, after they feel a little bit of relief, you go and throw down a huge gut punch.
It's kind of exactly what we saw in that last half, or last round of the first half on Anubis, where they threw massive aggression in. They hadn't done it all map long. Okay, we got one more round, throw in the change of pitch, catch them completely off guard. MIBR are not prepared at all for it. I mean, they got bullied here. Just bullied.
Yeah, now they're left to save here. Breno's made some noise in apartments.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how safe he's going to be.
Uh-oh.
Spotted out. Eyes trained on his location. A bit of a tough fight ahead of him. But he is almost certainly down. There's a whole nade stack here. The apartments is on fire.
How is he alive?
On the edge of the flames. Will be bested by Risky Bob. And Nemiga just take charge. They just take so much initiative. After a single round loss in the second half, they bounce back and they come through so much stronger with this aggressive move. This helps out us a lot as well. You get 2 kills on Banana before Risky Bob even ever shows face. And that's going to make his job so easy and surprising when they look for that trade. You can see Risky Bob. Hardest thing he had to do was find the right person to high five.
It's my guy. That's Risky Bob right there. I mean, look, Mirage is on the docket. One last Hail Mary for MIBR, and they're going to try and go quick, so they're braving a ton of utility. There's 4 players chunked down around half already. Sectioned off by a Molotov, and Sani's going through. Surprised that Molly didn't just kill him, to be honest. They'll catch the player in towards Dark. Hold on, this faster play works for a moment, but not so much, because who else is here but Risky Bob? And he's ready to shut down this map. Risky Bob connecting Xanter to end it all. Nemiga dominant on Inferno. Answer back. They were toppled on Anubis, but they found their reserve, they found their strength, and after that half switch, there was just nothing doing for MIBR. That was a really lackluster map.
Especially when Nemiga were so strong individually, you had Risky Bob being so active, punishing forward. You know, I think that all those same trends can also stay true here onto Mirage as well, with Risky Bob's efficiency on this map, how effective he can be at pushing up middle, aggressing in, and really floating and staying in the right direction with his CT side setups. So, yeah, it looks like MIBR could be in dangerous territory.
You heard as well from Lear there talking to Hugo about Box, a longtime Nemiga player, now Nemiga coach, considers him a genius of the game. So we'll see what they're cooking. We'll see what they've cooked up. Certainly had some nice setups on that Inferno. Really some things that MIBR either weren't prepared for or that were pretty visible anti-strat, I would say.
See Lucauzi just run it down.
That's me and every night.
The whole line of T side, there's 4 players just like posted up, and Lucauzi runs to the left through sight into the like back lines of the CT side of Nemiga.
Look, there's nothing worse on the knife round than when some guy's just trying to run around and bait. It's like, come on, just get it done.
He was running around, but not baiting. He was like attacking.
No, I respect running in. Get her done.
Yeah. That's
get
what
her done.
Whenever you last alive in a 1v5 in knife round and you just spend the whole time running away.
Coward. Just end it.
Yeah.
Let's get this thing started. Accept your death. honorably.
Unless someone's away at the bathroom and you've got to
Stall out
buy
for
time.
them.
Yeah, then it's fair enough.
Well, then that's their time to stall by being AFK and spawn at the bathroom. We wouldn't know anything about that.
No. We're always available on all the pistol rounds.
All the pistol rounds, all the rounds.
All the time.
No AFKs. Definitely not. Not now, not ever. Certainly not in these games. And I'm guessing based on the stall that we've got here, might have a little bit of stall here. What are you looking for? What are you looking to see? What's gonna inspire confidence for you? For me, I just want to see them on the same page, right? Because like we had a couple of those rounds. I'm thinking back to that 1-3 on, I think it was a 3-on-3 retake, where Lucauzi just looked like he didn't get the memo that they were actually retaking. I can't be seeing any more of that. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. I want everyone on the same page. I know there's been a change in leadership, but it's not like Exit hasn't been here before. Need to see unified vision. One mind, 5 fingers, 1 hand.
Yeah. I mean, also a key part of that here, we need to see some trades work out in their way. I mean, the difference in between a lot of these retakes for MIBR versus what you'll see from Nemiga in that last map is that they're always in position to land these very rapid trades. They space themselves out effectively, at least on Inferno a lot more so, and that led to a lot of success in keeping things comfortable versus MIBR, who looked a little bit clunky. We're getting caught out by these late aggressions from Nemiga on their T sides, and it was a strong start for Nemiga that got them a lot of the way. But Safe's opting also. I mean, I know he didn't get a lot of kills, but the kills that he did have were opening picks. They were first kills, and those matter a lot as well. And
yeah, they're great to have, but when you go 5 and 10, you don't get enough of them.
4 first kills is great, but
that's awesome. Maybe make it more.
I'm with you. Make it more there. Try and transition into those multi-kills. It just feels like, if he can also build up a little bit more consistency in that department and then transfer it over into the T side.
You got to imagine the psychology. We're going to be hopping in here. That you got to imagine the psychology for Breno is got to be a little weird, right? You were on a hot streak. You come off the best event with these guys. You're feeling great. Based on interviews at the time, they were talking about we feel like we're a family, like we feel like we're one unit, all this stuff. We don't know anything about these roster changes. Like I remember Drop at the time being like, I went to management. I was like, what the hell is this? Like this rumor, because the report had come out. Okay, you had your best event. You get thrown on the bench. You're stuck on the bench for the better part of 6 months. And then suddenly they say, hey, you're back up, boys. Coming to Pro League. Are you excited? Are you like, is there trepidation? Do you feel like you're just a placeholder? Obviously, you're trying to show yourself the best you can, but the roles that you play in this team, you're never going to be in those star positions. Just tough. It's tough, but we'll see if they can gut it out here. Risky Bob finds first blood, but Lucauzi and Ansani answer. It's getting messy on the site. The bench player still here. Lear filling that gap, and now his teammates here to support as well. Bodies aren't staying up for MIBR, and they are in big trouble. All falls to safe. We needed that impact. Might have to start early. It's not going to happen here. Now, Nemiga starting out strong.
Yeah, their mindset is completely opposite to any of those, concerns that you would have on the MIBR side. All those question marks that you would kind of put on display for this squad here from Nemiga, not prevalent, not present in this roster. I think there's a lot of comfort in this team building that they've been able to do. I mean, you just highlighted it there in that interview. Talked about a lot of trust in the coaching process here as well. So there's just so much faith in the system for Nemiga. Top of that, sequencing a couple of lands throughout 2024. Now into 2025, you get to start off with this Pro League opportunity, and you just build more and more comfort.
Cheeky dry B hit. Literally not a flashbang to get through this.
They really like Lucauzi on the solo P250.
They really put a lot of faith in him to do it all, I guess. Not going to happen here.
Oh, bomb plant?
Bomb plant? Bomb plant's huge. All right, successful round. Getting 1 kill.
Throw it out.
And a bomb plant.
Throw it out.
If he can cook, 1 more kill would have been worth it, but yeah, okay. Can you even, I guess you can get it over the fence there.
I think you can.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody try and throw a gun out of bench. You should be able to, right? Yeah, over the jail wall?
Yeah, at least to your left, for sure.
You would have to expose yourself to death, though. But it'd be like a dying...
Yeah, but you would make sure to let him know. But no.
Yeah, surely you can get that gun out of there.
Oh, yeah. Toss that thing. Good bomb plant, though. Good opening opportunities. There you go.
Could be done.
That's a little bit of a tight squeeze, though.
I mean, does it bounce off of the tarp?
That might be where you have to go right there. Yeah,
Go
that's the way.
That's a little bit more of a. It's higher though. You got to get a good. You got to get a good toss, good jump. If you get aim punched on route, maybe you just drop that thing.
How do you think Insani's vertical is? You think he's got some jumps?
I think he's probably got some jumps. He's probably got some jumps. Do we think he's a hooper? They missed the window smoke. They missed the window smoke. You don't love that. That's a really bad sign early on. It's another B take. This is now 3 of 3 rounds where they have come out of apartments and towards B.
Ooh, this time with a little bit more firepower and utility, crucially. It's going to gain them access here. A bit of an awkward smoke. Might provide some access for this T side to plant their feet in the post. That's what Safe is looking to do right now, and successfully crossing it towards bench. This is crazy positioning. A little overexposed towards Catwalk and trying to help out Lukowski, who's stuck with no teammates really in E-box. Low on HP as well, so trying to cut off the cross. That's a big-time kill from Lukowski. It creates the collapse from the rest of the team here, but he's looking to snipe them out on the way in, and Khan has coverage for his teammate as well. So time running low, smoke on top of that bomb. There is kits to get this defuse on off, but Exit has to provide enough damage to keep him off of it, and can't do it. Eventually run down, and that round taken advantage of. That's those retakes that we've seen from Nemiga that look so strong.
This is also now, just again, for those keeping track at home, 3 of 3 full apartments B takes. And they missed the window smoke, so there wasn't even the denial of information in towards mid.
I almost think that missed window smoke at least kept Nemiga's attention there towards middle, because they stuck around in the window for quite some time.
This time it lands. It's good. Okay. That's a good window smoke. But you got Lear getting out, getting antsy. You've also got a top mid smoke on top of that, so they are definitely denying the information this time. And also, it's not just a B take. D Molotov would hamper that as well. You could see the adjustment though. Xanter's like, I would like the information this time. I'm gonna get up on the apps and make sure that if they're just gonna stack and hit B again, I know pretty early on and can tell my teammates.
I like that vision right there, Lear. Looking to peek forward through window. That smoke does fade away eventually. And he'll take a healthy bit of damage for his troubles, but does gather that there's still more presence going in here. This is some great utility tossed in from the T side with what little they have left to gather as much control as possible. It's a fresh window smoke as well, a little boost action to challenge Risky Bob, but he should have the jump on this angle. Oh, and not if Lukowski watches it like a hawk.
Oh, barrel spotted. Confirmation. Goodbye, Risky Bob. Nice. A little bit of control there for Lukowski. Now they've got the window. There's no one who can adjust to address that. So you've got 2 players isolated on either side of the map. Pick your poison, and going up Cat is the answer that they will go for, but you do still have to be able to kill Xanter, and you're never going to expect Lear tucked in here to get right. So now bomb dropped, information fully gained. They've still made sure that nobody could get through that shutter, but Lukowski is going to show that they should still be wary. Big kill from Exit as well. Lukowski's position would not really have been able to do much without Exit winning that duel. What? What? How did he get that? How did he get that?
That's what he does right there.
That's what he does. What?
Sliding through, finds a lot of kills cutting off these rotations, and Xanter, in theory, has done much more than enough. That's another multi-kill coming through from him.
Okay, he did. Okay, it was a little less ridiculous than I thought it was.
It looks pretty fast on Khan's screen.
It was pretty nice, yeah.
There you go. That's that Chelsea impact.
Replay giving us that view.
Yeah.
Well captured. Well snagged.
A little snippet. Gonna need some more.
Oh, this is gonna get cheeky. This is gonna get cheeky. This is the duel. Just calling it right now. This is the round. Call my shot right here, right now. Or neither one kills either one, and then we're just détente.
Oh, they don't give up though. That HE is pretty brutal. Maybe they should have called it quits. Trade comes through, but at a bit of hefty cost here, down to 15 HP. A lot of information for the CT side through apartments. So the reaction now from MIBR is to try and speed things up towards A, and the question is, will they be able to make it effectively into the site in time?
This is another fake where they've devoted 2 smokes to it. What do they still have? They still have 1 smokage. Just the 1, though, but it helps when you kill the stairs player. You need fewer smokes if you kill the players. And okay, Xanther, last one who can do something about this. So eventually get the sandwich player, but at that range, the SMG makes a bit of a hash of it. Now falls to Khan, who's just going to save. So this one's a little bit more of a compelling round on for MIBR. Lukowski holds on to that position and underpass, punishes them, makes sure that Khan is low. Now for this engagement, reminder, he was the player who got that trade kill in lower. You set up the mid play, you distract them a little bit, you come out A ramp. I like this. I like this one a lot more for MIBR.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I like as well that Safe is available with that AWP covering off stairs as Nemiga try and gain info, especially with the pretty quick rotates. I mean, they had a great setup even still from Nemiga, but like you said, you don't really need smokes. You don't need great utility if you line up the kills to get into that bomb site like they did. So Save coming through. A lot of B-side targets there, but this time in towards A. Kelsey looking super diligent, covering off that proactivity, being able to win out in a couple of important fights there, both in some HP advantages and then creating some good setup there. A little bit frustrating. Need to panic though just yet for Nemiga. I think they're still in a good position trying to get activated. Not in this round here, but over the CT side and all. This round is going to be fast towards A. They're taking full head of steam straight in towards a fairly open bomb site here with just a USP and Xanther to offer up the resistance. He's getting mollied out on all fronts as well. His job not easy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I admire the gumption trying to drop down in towards Sandwich, give them a little bit more of a bite to chew on, but it's not happening. It's not happening here. Okay, so now compelling arguments being put forth from MIBR. It was just the USBs in the one gun. So maybe not the most resistance that we could get from Nemiga, but we're all tied up. We're all tied up. Nice even scoreline. And MIBR looking a whole lot more polished and dialed in. All right, hold on. This is instant window smoke. Is he going to hit this one?
Looks like it. That's right line right there. Got to aim it a little higher nowadays on that smoke.
And it does land. All right, so we are... The one was just an aberration. So far, so good on the smokes from exit.
Oh, it's even better on that mid defense that Brennan's able to lock in a couple, and all 5 CTs challenge mid, all 5 fall so quickly. That's a full gun round side swipe there from MIBR.
That's crazy. That's just like a almost full 10. I think that was 9 players in towards mid just brawling. Nemiga called their shot, and their shot was, we're going to blow all these smokes and fight. And MIBR were prepared for it. So that's I mean, I kind of enjoy it. It's a gutsy-ass call coming through from Nemiga. It's kind of balls to the walls type of situation. But MIBR shooting hard, not phased by it. You could get real rattled by that kind of a pitch coming at your bat. But knock it out of the park. It's good.
I mean, that's about as good as it gets right there. Also, for Bruno, who has to... continue to fight here, has a big opportunity stepping back into this team, shutting down that mid fight completely.
Apologies there.
Big time fight and towards middle. And they do call their shot.
Do.
We got another mid window smoke here.
Oh.
I feel like
This lineup. Oh, look at these free cams.
Yeah.
I think we got, is it Jane Z with us on this?
I believe so.
Yes, it is.
It is
Yes,
nice.
indeed, with the free cams. Very nicely done.
That's the Whistling Pro. We just started looking for our professional snapper.
Now, how are you at snapping, Jane Z? Let us know. How's Risky Bob at laddering? Well, he's never going to know because he's smoked off. Can't really do much about this. They're going to get active. They're going to get active through the smoke, but, well, Breno's aware of this. Does he expect a second? Yes, he does. Breno, so good, so aware of this map so far. Really looking dialed in, and oh boy. We said, you know, it's kind of an odd situation where, you know, you don't know if you're in the long-term plans. You don't know if you're a long-term piece of this. You don't know if you're maybe just a temporary fill stopgap. So you're asking the question, how do I best serve myself and also the team here? And if you can have some of these maps, if you can have some of these pop-offs where you look really dialed in, really disciplined, playing some tougher roles sometimes, that's going to do a lot for your cred. Whether you do wind up making a case for yourself to stay on this roster, or whether you wind up finding a new home. So nicely done from Breno.
Looking fantastic here on Mirage so far. Still got Lucauzi fighting his way with a little bit of impact here as well. And look at this, another decisive move into the B side. Let's go again. This time Risky Bob with the op, ready to go, fighting forward, now getting chased down into the bomb site. Risky Bob available for a single kill, but just one. And the site collapses afterwards. Smokes start to provide some security, and Exit's looking for the killer instinct here in towards Market. And he might have the element of surprise. Are they prepared for this idea? Smokes go down, but Exit reins in his aggression here and reroutes his position. But his back is turned to a freebie for Khan to take. Now it forces Safe out into the fight here. He's got a 1v3 ahead of him. Can he step up in the clutch? He's got the right lines of sight.
Oh,
another one out of Safe, looking for the last. Zweih chasing into his crosshair, swinging for the fences, but Safe steps up in a big way with the 4K.
Oh man, we were looking for it. We were calling his name, we were criticizing, but he delivers. What a beautiful late round moment. Not just the openers, the closers. All of them. Risky Bob, opping or no, you still got to deal with Safe. That's a massive clutch up from Safe. Keeps the juices flowing, keeps the energy going, and frustrates Nemiga. Felt like they got to a winnable position and still couldn't make it happen here. So now it's back down to the pistols. A little bit of U2, a little bit of investment. Double nade, double smokes. What do you do with this? Lear is isolated. I was going to say you could put Xanther and Lear together, go for that 1-2 punch. I'm just going to say it. It's a very simple strat, but it is very effective on these eco rounds on a Mirage. Just nade stack top mid, man. Just nade stack top mid. The number of times that T's try and get cheeky with getting that early timing, and if they just eat 4 nades, like, what are you going to do? That's a freebie.
Yeah.
It's a simple strat. I'm telling you, if you're listening to this, deploy it in your pugs, deploy it in your matchmaking games. You'll see. Oh, works nicely. That also works nicely from Risky Bob. Just need a little bit more juice still. The pistols we know can be potent. The A site has been lost. If the clear out here comes on the dumpster, uh-oh, it does not. Lucauzi looking every way but the right one. And now everybody wants a retake from this direction.
Yeah, they've got to struggle to try and find a way to plant the bomb here. Now, that's what Safe's still working on. Going to take jungle control.
Smoke up on Con should be good. Smoke up on Con should be good. With the lack of presence in jungle, I think they got the peek in towards the window, so they feel good about this. And now with the C4 ticking, this is a lot more manageable of a situation. You're going to need that 1 AK from Lear to find some magic.
Oh, some damage.
Damage is good. That's a start. Breno's still here on Tetris. The window player spotted. They know where Khan is. But they close the gap on Insani. Still, the problem is you're just running out of seconds here. You're running out of precious, precious seconds and bullets, and everybody's dead. But there's no chance to win. You made it expensive. I don't know that expensive matters at this point. But you're going to be able to get away with guns. You're going to be able to get away with a little bit more confidence here. A little bit more juice for Nemiga. It has to turn into something in this next round, though.
Yeah, I know it didn't transition into a round win, but I mean, back-to-back times where Nemiga still looked fantastic in these retake efforts.
Yeah, I just think you're too late for moral victories in this half.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, just 2 rounds ago where you see that safe 1v3, it's like, again, these retakes are starting to formulate that are very difficult in a 4v4 on the B side post plant with good positioning from the T side. That looks a little bit shaky. It requires Safe to bail you out with a massive clutch, and then right there, more so a lack of kits than anything. But you are right, it is these moments that are working in MIBR's favor that are building up a great lead. And you're going to need to stomp that out here for these last 2 rounds. If you're Nemiga, with the guns, with the AKs that you held on to.
Good time for a pause, I think. Coming through from Nemiga, coming through from Bucks. We've got the guns up, finally. We've got all the util in the world. We got kits. We got everything that you could want. You have helmets. You don't even need helmets, but we got them. So just win this round.
That mobility
Really,
from
you want
Khan.
the 5. What do they do? A little bit of aggression in towards mid. We've seen this a couple times. Mixed results. Exit. Going faster outside of A, and uh-oh. Molotov in. Lear in trouble. Khan soon to follow. The bodies are dropping left, right, and center, and there's just nothing doing for Nemiga. The defense is swept away. A pretty straightforward, faster-paced A-take from MIBR, and it turns into a thing of beauty. Xanther just left to try and pick off exits and give them something to fight in this last round of the half, because this whole map has been a non-starter.
What an excellent execution right there. On towards the A side, so decisive, and Lukowski, despite being essentially in kind of that 1v3 situation towards the middle, still manages to find a pick as his teammates are scaling out A. It's because they're distracted. Oh, that's beautiful timing from Lukowski. An excellent internal clock going on right there in his mind to make the move out middle as your teammates are already overwhelming that A side. He gets just a back turn on his lurk. No support staff at all for that defense, and beautiful setup for MIBR to try and close out this half. You got Khan with the op. Bring off the underpass, burning in the molly as well. Catches them with utility out. That is a dream scenario, and Lear is still under pressure, getting charged down from Lukowski. He wants to land the kill. He will find it. And there's just some overwhelming presence in middle once again.
They're going to end this half the way they started it, with a B-pop? No. No, not quite going to go for that. They've had such success with these mid-fights. It feels like Nemiga have really tried to get aggressive there and just been denied, rebuffed so many times, bopped on the nose, pushed back. Oh, they're going to try a cheeky move again, but Breno has just not been missing this half. 15 and 9 for the man moved off the bench. He has been justifying that place, I'll tell you that much, here on Mirage. Now you've got two defenders completely isolated from one another. You're going to need a hero play from Xanther. You're going to need a hero play from Risky Bob. There's just no choice about it. And they will choose to group up on the wrong side of the map.
That's brutal. Yeah, I got to pretty much open up the market access right there. Molly to ensure that. That's a bounce of the bottle off the head. Still threads in a kill, but 1v3. Those bottles right to the nug, and they got to hurt.
They do.
Especially when they're on fire.
This has to be the riskiest Bob of all time. This has to be. They need to deliver. 3 rounds just does not feel like enough. So what do you got for us? Tripping out the market door. After the nades. Doesn't have the kid. Doesn't have a chance. Safe posted up on the angle. There will not be a miss there. That's beautifully done from MIBR. Dominant here in the first half. And we will be right back.
back in.
I like how they used that clip that was definitely from one of the skits, but overlaid it on an actual Wannasie highlight.
It's like doing the YouTube thumbnails right there. With a bunch of faces.
Hollywood movie magic. That's what we do here at the ESL Pro League. Khan is looking to give a little bit of a movie magic life to this team. And what is a better Hollywood storyline than an improbable comeback? They've got a hell of a deficit to cover, but a pistol round would make that a whole lot easier. And they've shown MIBR that this is how a B-rush is supposed to look. Come on, guys. Can you mount the retake? They try to work safe all the way back into apps, but as they continue to lose bodies, this one's looking improbable. And yeah, this is probably a non-starter. And Sonny and Safe trying to do a little something. But that little something will not be afforded to them. They will look to save what little they've got into the next round. One set of armor, one's kit. Why not? Why not keep it up? You ain't winning this one. Pistol round on the Nemiga, and this is how the comeback starts.
Yeah, pretty easy pistol round as well. I think Brenna was not expecting that. I'll say that much for sure. You know, not a lot of teams just off spawn run it down B. Sometimes they like to, you know, cause a little bit of delay. They like to get their utility set up. Maybe have a mid presence fight first to draw out a cat player. Something of that nature, but they just run it down B, and Brenna was completely surprised. But yeah, that's that way you would like to start a comeback. Even though they save a little bit, you know, the kit, in a smoke. To be fair for Insani, that could be interesting, but not really a force buy behind it there. Not with this lead, at least. And when you're in these leads, I kind of like force buying. Because then,
you think?
If you lose, yeah, because if you hop into your first gun round, you will have an off guaranteed.
That's true.
Or at least the option to get an op, I guess.
With the way Safe started to cook, you would like to see him given the chance again. It was another slow start for Safe on this map, but then he get that 4-piece, the clutch up, and that'll get the gears turning, to say the least. Got a little WD-40 in them.
Yeah, that was on the T side. In Inferno, I feel like all of his kills were with the op and with the CT side. A lot of them were opening picks. So while he didn't have much, you know, he did pack a punch a little bit. We got a little ninja diffuse action here, potentially for Insani.
No way. No way. No way.
Little old school smoke kit.
I don't think that's happening. It's going in second.
Could happen.
It could happen. They're going to try.
You're not going to
waiting for somebody to peek into him. There's the flashbang. Here's the peek in.
Ooh. Oh, no, not anymore.
They got one tag off the USB and said, we know what this looks like. We know.
They're coming.
That HE? That's some good utility damage. That'll improve the advanced stats.
Just nothing.
That's going to improve the money. Oh my goodness. Lear stacking them up with the SMG. Make some money. Why not? Cashola.
Cheddar. Now they know.
Lear's what's he doing? He's speaking out a cheddar recipe right now. Making some grilled cheese on the server.
What's for lunch?
How are we going to maximize this money? Might be time for the dinner break over on the other side. We've got an interesting final course waiting for you after this one. I'm really curious to see house bets. An Aussie team with a lot of the DNA of the old Vertex roster, specifically like a lot of the DNA of that Vertex roster. I don't know what to expect from them, so I'm curious to find out. But this one, alright, he's giving us a whole lot of meat, a whole lot of sustenance.
Filled up.
Spicy maps in the first, trading your map picks, and now a Mirage where we're clearly actually going to get to see Nemiga show us they deserve this comeback.
Steve looking like it. Oh, that molly doesn't quite go the way they had hoped right there. That top on smoke a little too deep. It's still going to be a kill for him, though. Zweih able to open up proceedings here. Brenna's in under fire on this B side, but look, Kowsey backs him up now. With his back against the wall, they're going to really push the timing onto him, flush him out with the Molotov, but he can't connect the shots. He's still holding down the line, even with his pistol fights until the bitter end. the bomb plant coming through here. Exit's missed the jump. Has made a little bit of noise on his entrance here, but on the entrance, he makes his moves here, looking for the last kill, still standing. Is Khan in the back of the site, but he's running low on ammo. Needs a headshot and can't track it. Khan stays elusive, and Nemiga stay winning.
You got to feel for Breno on that one. I think he did absolutely everything he could to actually give that as a situation where you're stuck. Rock in a hard place. Impossible choices to make, and he still somehow finds that second kill out of it. But as it is, big win for Nemiga, and now you're in that situation where MIBR are going to be saving another one. Then they'll get the rifles up. Now they'll get the op. This speaks to what you were talking about of when you want to deploy the force buy and whatnot. They're going to get cheeky. Let's see if they can run down zweih. Yes, but not without cost. Still a price worth paying. Given Sonny an AK, things can get real interesting.
Really good CT side smoke right there for Breno. He locks in with the 5-7. Can't track the kills, but he can take for his troubles. And most importantly, it draws out a lot of time. And now there's players rotating into the site proper.
Because he's here. Because he's here. Do they know? They do. Good awareness. Still a 2v2. I don't know if a gun's retrievable for safe, but he's going looking for it. Oh, who will be? He'll be coming up catwalk. This will be happening. All right, so they got 2 rifles, and Insani's already struck. This is why you don't give this man an AK! And here we go. MIBR. The partial buy, minimal investment, just some pistols, just some nades coming in, and this is where they strike. This is where they find double digits, and now they're going to have the money. Now they're going to have the op. Now they're going to have everything they could possibly want, and Nemiga, your chance to an easy comeback is slipping away.
Yeah, and I wouldn't call it the prettiest of rounds right there from MIBR, but crucially, you can see it again from Breno. He does it again when it just comes to these small time buying measures right there on the catwalk. He is completely alone, and Nemiga check the box right there of identifying 3 players peeking into A main, 1 on top stairs, 2 through A main, and Breno then has to buy time on cat. And that smoke right there alone does the trick.
It's 100% the thing that you want from your small side anchor, right? From the B side anchor here. It's not even just about the kills, because he's getting the kills, which is even more impressive. But it's that delay. It's that time buy. It's that dig in and survivability. You need the best anchors are just cockroaches in terms of their survival. You just can't kill them. Once they're in, once they made their nest, once they made their home, you're not getting them out without paying a hefty price. That's been beautiful display from Breno. 1 found. Yeah, a trade there. Nice Insani. Playing the angle, knowing that zweih would try and get back away. So man advantage established. They have given all of this space, but in a 4v2, you're not going to mind the retake if that's what it has to come down to. They're going to try and clear back in towards mid, get this space. There's so much time before Lear gets over. And bit by bit, MIBR assembling these crumbs of information.
Okay, yeah, calling in for a little bit of extra assistance is Breno. Saying, hey, I did leave the B-bomb site. That's a bit of a problem. We could have to be diligent on the re-clear here, but they'll contain market control crucially, and now safe stop posted up on the cross. There's a flashbang for, oh, but it's on Lear's hands. How do you flash this angle?
Yeah, I think Risky Bob has to get that. Yeah, okay. Risky Bob's had to do something to pull the op off the angle. They don't know it's there, right? So they're just taking a calculated risk that they'll be able to cross the window, but with that play, 35 seconds, now everyone's here. I'm actually surprised MIBR giving him this much space. You're going to allow him the bomb plant, unless he doesn't want it. Wants the round, and the round will not be available.
That's beautiful right there. Perfectly done. Getting past what little resistance they had left there in that 4v2, having that.
I know what that word means.
What's that?
Say that. I know what that word means. Hit the cryo.
Oh.
Familiar with that one. Sorry, I cut you off there, Cole.
No, I was just saying, safe in a perfect position. Drop that bomb, and they don't take any risky bobs on the 1v3. They make sure that they force the risk onto Bob, in fact, and that's exactly how you like to do it.
Risked Bob.
Sonny?
He lives where he thrives. Xanther will not be living or thriving in this round. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of living or thriving from anybody. Lear somehow limping away from that one. Where do you go if you're Nemiga? You're trying to go for a little bit of a hall spot. That hasn't worked. Can't get out of B. Or onto B, rather. Gotta try and crunch mid, I suppose, but with just pistols, no util. Can't say you love this fight. And indeed, MIBR aren't super incentivized to give them the sustained fight. This is risky from Lukowski, but well, he'll shoot his way out of it. And Sonny, to cover off his underpass, means he doesn't have to worry about the flank. One man and a dream. And that dream is 5 Deagle headshots. 50 seconds to do him. He's got 10 seconds per headshot. Don't think he's going to be fulfilling his dreams.
Oh yeah, I didn't see any of them scream right there. Is it? It's actually Lukowski probably in that corner. He's like he tucked away.
Is it, you know, proper acoustics? If he bounces it off of the side panel, then it really scoops around. It's actually, you wouldn't understand, but it's physics.
Yeah.
It'll scoop around into the ear cups.
Creating his very own in-studio amphitheater.
Maybe it was Gato, the coach manager.
Oh yeah.
You know, he might not be bringing as much. I haven't been clear exactly as to what he's contributing necessarily in the timeouts. Probably more of a vibes type of situation trying to bring. So maybe getting loud with the whoos gives them a little bit more vibes that way. Channel it.
I mean, nothing wrong with some vibes-based Counter-Strike. Living on the vibes here. MIBR.
All right, Sonny.
Creating some good vibes here for the squad. This map 3 looking great for them here in the turnaround. Everyone up to the task this time. And now they're looking to, again, end it confidently with this aggression from Lukowski top middle and Sonny alongside him. And that deep range AWP looking for some distraction. And there you see the effectiveness, the efficiency of this setup. Lukowski still an unknown quantity right now, and Risky Bob is going to calculate this. He does, and he wins the duel.
But here's safe. Here's safe. Step to the plate when they need him. He's trying to do that again, but he knows he's in a tough position. He knows he's totally compromised. He's left on an island. So how do you get comfortable? They're hearing these scope, scope, unscope, scope, unscope, scope, scope. So he'll slip away in towards the window. For the moment, Molested, making a lot of noise, trying to find this mid play because I'd give him the chance to actually double in towards A. But slip away. They're going to go for the gamble. And they're going to pick wrong. But they got 6 rounds of cushion. So even if this winds up turning into a save, even if you wind up giving up this round, not the worst decision in the world to keep the guns up.
You can afford to play a little bit casually here in the 2v3. Call it on back. Keep your weaponry here. Crucially, the op right. It's what you want to hold on to. That's a whole hefty investment. Risky Bob is poking around now.
Yeah, you really don't want to lose any guns if you're Nemiga. It's the thing, right?
But that's not in his nature.
That is not his nature. His name isn't Safety Bob. That is very true. Let's see if Risky Bob can pay off the risks here. No, Bob. No siree, Bob. Might be his name in
It's
this
such
round.
a good name.
It is. It really is. Elite. Elite nickname coming through. Breno gets an upgrade to an AK, so that's a nice little find. And we will have Nemiga at least surviving for the moment. A lot of rounds before we get to call this a comeback.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. First things first, probably trying to break down that economy
Good luck.
that they have built up and stabilized now with the save called out.
Federal Reserve of Brazil is strong right now. They can break in.
Yeah,
They got gold braids.
they're always frugal, you know. Said it once, I'll say it multiple times. They're good with these roster moves. Look at this, they are still getting a little bit punchy with these game plans. Flashbang's deep, oh, and they're blinded. So blinded, Risky Bob's still able to offer up a kill, but Safe provides coverage from Palace.
That's massive. That's massive. Now you've got the advantage, you got the numbers. Can you get out of this, Insani? 2 HP. Woo, bit of movement. Okay. Doesn't get away with that one.
He survived for so long, and then he tries to peek his head back up, cover off Palace. And
The spam back to Palace where he's like, oh, I messed up.
Yeah.
I messed up. Mistakes were made. But I love this. Look at that
traffic
spot.
jam.
Oh, my goodness. He knows everything. He's seen it all. And now he's going to beat them to B. Gets that kill. Lets them know, hey, I know what you're up to. And I am, in fact, beating you on this time. He even dodges that flashbang fairly effectively. But, okay, doesn't quite pay off the shot on that one. That would have been real slick. So the one-man wrecking crew of BRNSN is silenced for the moment. Nade? Ah, I thought it was going to be the HE. It is, but it's a little late. Let's leer out. They get out E-Bucks. They've gotten out E-Bucks. No one's looking Cat. Well, somehow survives for a moment. Awareness not quite there, perhaps. Safe. Looking. Tagging. Not quite fragging. Looking for the clutch and won't have another one here. So Nemiga, they're starting to drag this back in to the realm of possibility.
That little 3v2 action does the trick right there. That's a big help. Risky Bob caught by that flash, completely perfect popper, but managed to still get that kill. And this is a turning point that I thought was going to be favorable there for Brennison, but just as he hears the footsteps flying into apartments, Nemiga too hear the footsteps flying up catwalk. That becomes a game of swing or be swung. Khan does the swinging. Gets an op for his troubles after closing out the finishing blow onto Safe here. Maybe going to try for another execute. Didn't get the chance to relieve and get the utility down last round, but let's try it this time around. Ooh, that's a great molly. Catches exit, does a lot of damage to him. Didn't seem like they registered the sound cue though.
No, wasn't aware at all. And now the peek back in on the flash. It's getting messy. It's getting real weird here. Numbers favor MIBR, and you haven't gotten past the choke points just yet. Should be able to get the bomb down if they can transition it. Nice little toss. Good momentum off of that. Xanter plants it wide as well, risking with the CT smoke up. Good connect on Khan, but it's instantly traded. It's safe in this round now, starting to hold the dominion on that AWP. Risky Bob's so low. Khan's not looking a lot better. 25 points of health to win a 2v3 in the post play. Now it's just the one man. And a shot traded instantly. Who else would finish off this map but BR Enizan? This man is looking lights out right now in his return to the MIBR active roster. Look, there was a wobble. Inferno, they're going to need to figure some things out. But at the end of the day, this is a strong 2-1 coming through from MIBR, starting off their ESL Pro League campaign well here in Season 21.